outside. There could be some rain later on. The roof is closed as usual this time of year. People buying those tickets at the last minute to see Game 2 of this 6-game homestand. The Astros meeting the Florida Marlins, and the Marlins are just 2 games out in the wild card race. People coming in to see Yorman Bazardo with his first Major League start for the Astros. And here's the AT&T batting order for the Marlins. Chris Coghlan leads it off in left field. It's Ross Gloat at first base. Hanley Ramirez bats third and plays shortstop. Jorge Cantu is the third baseman and the cleanup man. With John Baker the catcher, Dan Ugla at second base, Cody Ross in center field, Jeremy Hermida in right field, and Sean West is the pitcher.
25-year-old Yorman Bazardo for the Astros tonight. The first time he will work in an Astro uniform as a starting pitcher. His third Major League start. He made a couple with the Tigers back in 07. Just 5 1/3 innings of big league work so far this year. Had a real nice year down at AAA Round Rock before being recalled.
Chris Coghlan leads it off and takes strike one on the fastball. Inside corner for Bazardo. To a .285 hitter with 7 homers, 34 runs batted in. Coghlan's been a good leadoff man in his rookie season. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. He's walked 40 times. Slaps that one by Jeff Keppinger, who got some leather on it. It's on through into left field, and Coghlan opens with a sharply hit single.
Yeah, Coghlan, since moving into that leadoff spot for the Marlins, has been very good. He and Hanley Ramirez at or near the top in the National League in batting average for the last few weeks. Somebody made it funny already. That's a good sign.
Ross Gloat is the batter. Well, Lance was cracking up. Andy Fox is the coach there at first. Gloat, .263, 4 homers, 22 runs batted in. Got the start last night. He went 0 for 5. He's filling in for the injured Nick Johnson. And Johnson may be out for this entire series with a hamstring strain, which was injured Sunday. But he's not on the disabled list. In tight for a ball. And it's 1-0. Hanley Ramirez on deck.
That fastball clocked at 93 miles an hour. Bazardo gets very good movement on his fastball. He'll get a lot of ground balls when he's on his game. Has a dandy of a changeup. So a little sinker coming here.
Target down there at knee level on the outside edge. And the pitch is there for a strike. Gloat has a 1-1 count. Ross, 33 years old, from Brooklyn, New York, to the University of South Florida. Had a good year last year for Kansas City, and he was traded to Florida this April for a player to be named later. He's been a good pinch hitter for them this year. And the Marlins have done so much hitting lately. They're averaging 6.6 runs per game in the month of August. They're 10-6 in 16 games in August. Team batting average .326 for this month.
That'd be a fun team to pitch for right now. You have a lot of leads to work with.
Foul tip, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count for Bazardo, who was signed by this Marlins team in 2000 as a free agent from Maracay, Venezuela. Then he was traded to Seattle in 05 for Ron Vallone. Another deal sent him to Detroit in 07. Phillies signed him as a free agent earlier this season, and the Astros picked him up. And he has worked his way, as JD mentioned, through a very solid year at AAA Round Rock to the big leagues. He's the 9th different pitcher to start a game for the Astros this season. Pitch upstairs a little bit. Brian Onora is calling the balls and strikes. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes for Bazardo. The Astros signed him as a minor league free agent.
Norman now 25 years of age, so just a kid when he signed with the Marlins way back when. He was a teammate of Miguel Cabrera's as a kid in Venezuela. Ooh, that's a pretty good looking pitch.
Yeah, 3-2.
Yeah, I'm with you, Yorman. I'm gritting my teeth too, saying, where was that?
Now Coghlan on a 3-2 pitch, could be running. We'll see what the Marlins choose to do here. Coghlan has 6 steals in 7 attempts. He's not going, and it's a pop-up. Kazuo Matsui out in right center field. 1 down.
3-2 change up there, and that's That's key for Bizzardo, the ability to throw changeups in counts where a hitter might be sitting on a fastball, or at least hedging towards a fastball.
Now Hanley Ramirez is the batter, and he's on a 13-game hitting streak. He was 3 for 5 with a stolen base in last night's game. Continues to lead the league by a long margin in batting average at .359. He's 23 points ahead of the second place hitter. Getting an announcement on Mike Hampton's shoulder injury here from an MRI. Sounds like he had a tear of the rotator cuff. From the announcement we're getting now from Gene Diaz.
Dr. Littner examined Mike, had an MRI. They're saying a significant partial tear of the rotator cuff. Hampy opting not to have surgery. Will try to rehab it with an eye towards pitching again this year. But that doesn't sound good. That significant tear is kind of the scary part.
Yeah. Ramirez takes a look at that one. He is now hitting .439 in his career against the Astros. The count is 1-1 on Ramirez, who leads the league in hits with 155. And 1 game short of tying his career high 14-game hitting streak. That was last year from June 24th through July 7th. During this 13-game streak, he's hit .469 with 2 homers, 13 runs batted in. That's in tight to him. And it's 2-1. So Hampton been in the Astros rotation all season long and has recently come up with a knee problem. Has had injections in both of his knees. Had some torn cartilage in the right knee. Now has a left shoulder injury to deal with as well. Tough year for Mike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ramirez. Ramirez at age 25 drawing a bead on a batting title. So Dewey Robinson's pitching staff undergoing more changes. Felipe Paulino arrived with the ball club yesterday. He'll be in the bullpen. Ramirez with great career numbers in this ballpark as well. And he's worked the count full. 82 runs batted in. He already has his RBI high. He's on a pace for 111. One of the top young players in Major League Baseball. Coughlin's going. That's ball 4. The throw goes down, but pitch had been called ball 4, so no play at second base. And it's first and second, 1 out on the walk to Ramirez.
Didn't want to give in to Hanley Ramirez there. Threw him a 3-2 slider, and Humberto Quintero turning around to have a chat with home plate umpire Brian Onora after ball 4 was called, and trying to lobby Onora to try to get him to loosen up that zone a little bit.
Jorge Cantu, 27-year-old third baseman, hit a homer last night, going 1 for 4, 280, 13 homers, 67 runs batted in. Cantu takes a strike. He's a native of Reynosa, Mexico, who grew up in McAllen, Texas. He saw his first Major League game at the Astrodome at age 6. Tonight's starting pitcher, Sean West, also saw his first Major League game at the Astrodome. He was living in Spring until age 8 when he moved to Lafayette, Louisiana. And a third member of the Marlins, Brian Sanchez, who grew up in Nederland, saw his first Major League game at the Astrodome. 0-2 to Jorge Cantu. His family has a big ranch, 8,600 acres in the valley, South Texas. He works on that during the offseason. Line drive left field. Carlos Lee in. It's a looping single in front of him. And the throw goes in as run number 1 scores. Cantu with a broken bat single to left drives in his 68th. Didn't sound very good, but the result very pleasant to the Marlins.
Now right off the end of the bat, kind of a looping line drive. Carlos Lee plays as deep a left field as any left fielder in the league, and sometimes it serves him well. Ball's hit over his head. He's been able to throw out some base runners at second, playing to carry him off the wall, but a ball like this, a more routine depth in left field, perhaps he's able to make a play on it. And the challenge for Yorman here is just kind of, stay steady, don't panic. He's making some pretty good pitches. You realize you're up against a very good hitting team and a red-hot hitting team.
28-year-old John Baker, a .281 hitter with 8 homers, has 39 runs batted in. He drove in a run last night, going 1 for 3.
What I mean by don't panic or don't overreact, there's a tendency for a pitcher, and I imagine more so for a young pitcher, under duress like this, to start to try to overthrow. And if he does that, his fastball will flatten out, and he'll find the middle of the strike zone, and he will get hit hard. There you go.
1-1. John Baker said before the game tonight it was a real break for him to leave the Oakland organization. Oakland drafted him in the 4th round in 2002 and come on the waiver deal to the Marlins in December of 2005. His career has taken a good turn. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's from Alameda, California. Had been at Sacramento for 2 seasons, 2004 and 2005, and then he got a chance to move to the big leagues and hit .299 for Florida last season. Fly ball to right field. Hunter Pence backing on it with the catch. Here's the tag by Ramirez. He goes to third. 2 outs. Ramirez was an alert base runner last night, going from first to third on an infield hit by Cantu in the 4th inning. And it's Dan Uggla coming up. Uggla with 22 homers, 63 runs batted in, as his 4th straight season of 20 or more home runs. Batting average .242. He's a career .262 hitter coming into this season. Uggla 2 for 4 with a homer last night. And there's strike 1. Marlins went deep 3 times last night. Uggla hit his in the 4th inning off Bud Norris to tie the game 2-2.
Yeah, 32 home runs last year for Uggla, 31 the year before. There's plenty of sock to that second base position. Look at the movement on that.
Yeah. 1-1. Bizzardo turned 25 in July.
Yeah, that's the thing with guys like Bizzardo. He's with his 4th different organization now, and he's been playing professionally for a long time, just a little bit in the major leagues. And he's only 25 years of age. Still a young man.
Yeah, signed at age 16. 1-2. And this could be just the chance that he needs to establish himself as a major league starting pitcher.
And a real nice minor league career, and then hit a bump in the road last year. Didn't put up good numbers last season. His dad died right before spring training last year, and had a hard time coming to terms with that.
Into center field. Uggla drives in run number 2. 2-0 Marlins. Uggla gets his 64th run batted in. That's 3 hits already for the Fish.
And they're just swinging it so good right now. You really have to limit your mistakes. Pitch that was up out over the middle of the plate.
Miguel Tejada talking with Quintero.
So he probably wouldn't mind intervening on that one. Wait, what exactly are you saying here?
Pitching coach has to use his visits advisedly.
Always nervous. Pitching coach is always nervous when position players go in to dispense advice to the pitchers.
Cody Ross, 271, 20 homers, has 66 driven in. And looks at ball 1. Ross with another solid year. Cody's hitting .250 against Astros pitching. Looks at that one, and the count goes to 2-0. He had a hit, and he was hit by a pitch last night.
Cody Ross is a dangerous hitter, and now you've put him in this cripple count. And yeah, good idea for Dewey to come out here and have a chat with Bizzardo. Down 2-0 in the 1st inning. Not such a big deal. But if you let's throw a cookie over the middle of the plate and this guy knocks it into the seats, and he certainly is capable of doing that, you're down 5-0 all of a sudden. And That's a pretty big hill to overcome.
Luzardo had pitched 4 1/3 innings of scoreless ball in relief in his last 2 games. 28 pitches so far for Yorman. Last pitched on Saturday at Milwaukee, working 2 innings. This is his 3rd major league start. He started twice for Detroit in 2007. Foul ball. 2 balls and a strike.
Slider there. Cody Ross, the reputation is a good fastball hitter. You put him in a 2-0, 3-1 count if you challenge him over the heart of the plate, like any good hitter, but Ross a little bit susceptible to the off-speed pitches.
Luzardo was 2nd in ERA in the PCL to Bud Norris at 2.63. He was promoted with a 9-6 record. Bud had a 2.63 and Yorman had a 3.20 ERA, ranked 2nd. Slider just off the plate. 30 pitches in the inning for Luzardo. He's at 3-1 now. 10-2 the runner at 2nd. Ugla at 1st. Big cut by Ross. 3-2 now. Colorado leads Florida by 2 in the wild card race, and San Francisco is 1 behind Colorado. And this weekend, Florida will be playing Atlanta. Braves are 3rd in the NL East. Runner takes off. There's a fly ball to center field. Michael Bourne in. And in the 1st, the Marlins cash in with 2 runs on 3 hits. They strand 2. Sean West takes the mound with a 2-0 lead. Backside of it filled out too. Here's the Astros batting order, brought to you by AT&T. Michael Bourne, Jeff Keppinger, Lance Berkman, Carlos Lee, Miguel Tejada, Hunter Pence, Kazuo Matsui, Humberto Quintero, Yorman, Luzardo.
Lefty Sean West, big lefty, 6'8", goes to the hill for the Fish tonight. Had a dandy against the Astros last time out for the season. 12 big league starts, 4 wins, 4 losses, 457. The earned run average.
In that game last time against Mike Hampton, he won it 9-2. But that gentleman already knows that. Member of the Los Caballitos. Michael Bourne leads it off, lefty on lefty to start this one for the Astros, and it's ball 1. Sean West, born in Houston, grew up in Spring, moved at age 8 to Shreveport, Louisiana, where he went to Captain Shreve High School. Bunted, and Michael Bourne is going to have a bunt single. Well executed. He was working on that before batting practice tonight.
Now this is just as slick as it gets here. Drag bunt on the big lefty. Gload comes over to handle it, and just no chance to make a play on Michael Bourne. Made it look easy, didn't he?
He did. Just ideal placement. That's his 14th bunt hit. Jeff Keppinger with a .268 average has 3 homers, 19 runs batted in. Marlins pinch in a double play depth for Keppinger. They went 0 for 5 in the series at Florida. Bourne takes off. John Baker's throw drifts on through into center field. And Bourne will take third base. He made something happen there. Ugo went flying through the air but could not keep it on the infield. It's a steal for Bourne, his 45th, and an error on Baker.
Yeah, got a real nice jump. Baker would have been better off just putting the ball in his back pocket instead of making this throw. You'll see he goes on first movement. And the throw really sails on Baker as he tries to hurry it. So the bunt single, stolen base, a little pressure on the defense, errant throw, and boom, just like that. Man on third, nobody out.
Off the mid of Baker there for ball 2. That was Baker's 5th error of the year. Sean West gave up just the 1 run in 6 innings in beating the Astros last time out. 6'8", 240, 23 years old. Infield laying back with a 2-0 lead. Hit hard to third and through Jorge Cantu on into left field and still going hard and is kicked around, and so he'll get to second base. Coughlin unable to stop it. That ball was rammed through the legs of Cantu, and he didn't even slow it down that much.
It's the same ball that Baker dropped on the previous pitch. There's something about that ball. I mean, Baker couldn't catch it, Cantu couldn't handle it, left fielder couldn't get it, Coughlin out there. Michael Bourne gets lucky here because he moves on contact, and if Cantu fields his ball, they got him hung out. He cannot afford to break on a sharply hit ball to the third baseman there. Middle of the diamond, yes. And Michael caught a break there as that ball was right between the wickets of Cantu.
It's an error on the third baseman, Cantu. And also an error on the left fielder. No, the other error was on the catcher. So it's just a 2-base error on the third baseman. Now Lance Berkman to bat. Lance takes a look at strike 1. He checks in a .271 for this game with 18 homers. 57 runs batted in for Lance. He's hitting .198 right-handed. He went 0 for 3 against West in Florida last week. Lines run on the left field line. It kicks back towards second base. That'll score the tying run. Berkman into second. Coughlin with the throw, not in time. RBI double for Berkman, and it's 2-2. Game on.
Astros respond in the bottom of the first. Single E5 with a really good at bat by Keppinger. Smoked that ball. And now the double off the bat of Lance Berkman, and we're knotted up.
58th run batted in, his 24th 2-base hit.
Well, last week in Florida, the Astros tattooed Ricky Nolasco and didn't do much against Sean West. Last night, Nolasco shut him down, so maybe it's West's turn to give it up. Just a theory.
Carlos Lee would love to oblige.
Maybe just begging a little bit.
Strike 1 to El Caballo. .313 with 20 homers, 76 runs batted in. He belted number 20 last night. He has hit a series of 20 home run seasons now. 9 straight years. He's hit 20 home runs or more. He's on pace to hit 300 with 20 homers and 100 RBIs for the 3rd straight year. Only 2 Astros have done that, Jeff Bagwell and Moises Alou. Grounded to third. Diving Cantu. He looks Berkman back. Throws out Lee. Good play.
Good play and another good swing of the bat. Carlos is hit into a fair amount of tough luck lately. A lot of hard outs. He's getting his hits, but it could be even more.
Sean West run afoul of the Astros' hot bats here. West used a changeup effectively in Florida.
Settle in, folks. Better grab some grub. This could be a long one.
Could be. Miguel Tejada would love to keep it going here. He's in an 0 for 19 slump right now, covering his last 5 games. Ugla moved in towards second. Berkman back closer to the base. Tejada down to 310. He's 10th in the league in batting average with 10 homers, 68 runs batted in. Tied for second in hits with 148. Hunter Pence on deck. And West, who has 2 different sliders, misses down and in with ball 1. Tejada, the last time he's gone hitless over a 6-game span was 10 years ago at 99. He's hitless over his last 5 games now. Rips a line drive to left again. That'll score Berkman and make it 3-2 Houston. Tejada snaps the 0 for 19. Has an RBI double, his 35th double. 69 runs batted in for the Astros shortstop. Right-handed hitters are pulling everything.
And West this year had been more effective against right-handed hitters than lefties. Coming into this game, right-handed batters hitting just 233 against him. Lefties 346, but he has not found an answer yet. Bourne had the bunt single. Everybody else put a real good swing on him.
3 runs on 3 hits for the Astros. Well, this is starting out like the series in Florida, which was a very hard-hitting series between these 2 clubs.
This is Sean West's 3rd start since his most recent recall from the minor leagues. He started August 8th against the Phillies, worked 4 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, 7 hits, 3 runs, and then had that good one against the Astros in Florida, 6 innings of 1-run baseball. Started the year at AA and called up in May. Sent back down in the middle of June. And a pretty solid year, and just 23 years of age. You've got a lot of young arms.
Hunter Pence 0 for 3 at last night's game. And he rips one foul, strike 1. A deep drive that was caught at the warning track in center field in the 8th inning. With a 285 batting average, said he's pretty happy with the way he's hitting for power, but he wants more hits. He said batting average to come up. He's hit 4 home runs in his last 6 games with 10 runs batted in, but what he's speaking about would serve well here. A single would score Tejada most of the time for a 4-2 lead. 296 for Hunter with men in scoring position. They're ready. It's up at the top of the Crawford boxes.
An inconsistent year for Hunter. Had that great month of May. Hit 388 in May. 474 on base percentage. Showing a lot of patience, drawing a lot of walks. And kind of got out of that mode a little bit. Started to chase bad balls. 257 in June, 245 in July, 238 here in the month of August. But showing some signs of late of getting it headed in the right direction.
Little tap. Sean West throws to third. Tejada is out. 2 down, Hunter Pence to first. Tejada has had better base running than that. It's pretty easy out.
Very diplomatically put, Brownie. This is just a brain cramp here. Because one thing you don't do is assume that a chopper is going to get over the head of a man that's staying 6'8" and he's on a bump in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And he just he's tall. He's trying to explain to anybody that'll listen. And it's good swing, Miggy, driving that run.
Kazuo Matsui watches the throw go to first. Now Hunter might be running. Michael Bourne stole a base easily earlier in the inning. The Astros are 8 for 8 in stolen bases against the Marlins this year. It's ball 1. Matsui, as a right-handed batter, is hitting .299. He was 0 for 2 against West in Florida. He does not have a big lead. It's 2-0.
Baker, the catcher, has thrown out 20% this year. What would you say averages? Somewhere closer to 30?
Yeah. I would say between 25 and 30 somewhere. In tight. According to one of these scouting reports on Sean West, he has a problem with the length of his stride sometimes, repeating that. And for a guy 6'8", that's not unusual, is it?
Well, I think anytime you do something athletically, the bigger you are, the tougher it is to maintain consistency. Whether it's pitching or swinging a golf club, you get a longer swing, and for a pitcher, it's more moving parts, bigger moving parts anyway.
Absolutely, it's just amazing the coordination. Some of these athletes who are 6'8", 6'9", 7 feet, whether it's baseball, basketball, or another sport, have at that size. Hand-eye coordination, especially for NBA players, really terrific. Runner going, and there's a fly ball to right. Hermida backing at the edge of the track for the third out. And the Astros come up with 3 runs of their own in the first inning. On 3 hits with an error and a man left, it's 3-2 Houston.
See me, have I got an event for you. Join the Astros on Saturday for Faith and Family Night here at Minute Maid Park. The gates open at 2 o'clock p.m. to hear a testimony from an Astros player and enjoy a pregame concert by 9-time Dove Award-winning Christian group Mercy Me. This pregame event requires a concert voucher in addition to your regular game ticket. For more information about this exciting event and ticket prices, just log on to astros.com/faith and family today, guys.
Thanks, Patty. Yorman Bizzardo now takes the mound with a lead after giving up 2 in the first inning. Jeremy Hermida looks at strike 1.
See, I told you those 2 wouldn't beat him.
You're right. Yorman threw 32 pitches in that first inning.
So, well, the good news is when you throw 32 in the first, there's a pretty good chance you're down at the bottom of the order. You've got 8-9-1 here, so you've got a chance to have an easy inning.
Not that you'd plan it that way. It's 1-1. Hermida 260, 12 homers, 46 runs batted in. Hit a home run last night, going 3 for 4, driving in 2.
This guy's better than your average 8-hole hitter.
He really is. 349 on base average for Jeremy Hermida. Pitcher Sean West on deck. And Bizzardo's changeup misses outside. It's 3-1. Norman has pitched only 5 1/3 innings as an Astro. Foul back. And it's 3-2. Somewhere in that crowd is Sean West's family and friends. He's leaving about 50 tickets tonight, from what we heard. Probably sitting behind the Marlins dugout somewhere. Fly ball to left field. Carlos Lee coming over toward the line.
Well, we'll find him if he gets a knock here.
Yeah, you're right. It'll be obvious.
Expand Your Sports Network. Fox Sports Houston has a Twitter page. Greg Lucas is tweeting, so sign on for additional information and insight at twitter.com/FSHouston. Greg's got kind of a Mission Impossible look going tonight.
Yeah.
Little man from U.N.C.L.E.
He's no Tweety Bird. One out, and here is West. West takes strike one. He is 1 for 18 as a batter with 2 sacrifice bunts. And the breaking pitch got him to commit, but did he go far enough? No, on appeal to Ed Rapuano. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. West signed out of high school in Shreveport. And he had a senior year with 10 wins, 2 losses, a 1.42 ERA, 130 strikeouts in 84 innings. It's a compensation pick after the first round of the draft in 05, and he got $775,000 to sign. 3 balls and a strike. Last year he was at A-ball, Jupiter. Grounded at third base. Keppinger. Low throw, and Berkman can't hold on to it. Keppinger threw on the run. Berkman tried to dig it out, but West is safe with 1 out.
Well, the Marlins kicked it around a little bit in the first. The Astros commit one here. Error on both third basemen tonight. Keppinger making the off-balance throw when he didn't have to, with West going down the line. A little more time to set his feet. Puma usually will bail you out here.
Yep. Got his glove on it, couldn't hold it. 5th error for Keppinger. As Coghlan bats, Coghlan opened the game with a shot past Keppinger at third base. Strike 1 to Coghlan. Marlins are 18-11 since the All-Star break. Berkman coming over to talk with Bizzardo.
I think just to make sure Bizzardo realized that he was playing behind the base runner. Young pitcher. Making just his 3rd major league start. You don't want him to have a brain cramp and step off like he's going to throw over there and have no first baseman at home.
Shot into center field off the mound. West going to second. Makes it first and second. 1 out now, and the single by Coghlan.
Hey, this guy's moving up some fantasy draft boards for next year.
Yes, he is.
He can really hit.
He had 8 straight multi-hit games over one stretch. 12-game hitting streak overall. 2 men on now for Glode.
So much for that easy inning theory for Yorman.
Yeah. Glode, who has 14 pinch hits this season, takes that one for strike 1. Since July 20th, the Marlins have gone 18-8, and they've averaged 6 runs per game with 33 homers. Oh, and almost, did hit him. Now the bases are loaded as Glode is hit by the pitch from Bizzardo.
Well, he's in the frying pan now. Bases juice, 1 out. Here comes Hanley Ramirez with that .359 batting average. That warrants a trip to the mound from the pitching coach.
It does. Great batting average, and he's also one of the top hitters with men in scoring position. (3-2) game. This is the Astros' first lead in the first inning in the last. Let's see, 3rd lead in the first inning since 17 games ago. Ramirez hitting well with the bases loaded.
He hits well. Any way you break him down, he's hitting .380 on the road. A marvelous player.
Popped into right field. Matsui is there for the catch. 2 outs. The infield fly was not called because he was running to get there. He was not settled underneath that pop fly. It wasn't in the air very long.
First and second, or bases loaded, less than 2 outs. Pop up. Our fielder settles under it. It's clearly going to be easy out. Infield fly rules in vogue. Batter's automatically out, regardless of whether the ball's caught or not.
Jorge Cantu with an RBI single to left. Hit an 0-2 pitch hard.
Feel compelled to explain the infield fly rule at least once a year.
Yeah. It's fun.
There's probably a lot of people not watching, don't watch a lot of baseball. And now they're jumping on the bandwagon.
That's true. There's a lot of that going on.
Now that the Astros are 10 games out.
Yeah. Up the right field line and foul, out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Well, the Marlins and Astros just hammered away at each other last week. It was a freewheeling series in Florida starting last Monday night. 1-2. Florida won the opener 8-6. Each club had 10 hits. Florida won the next night 9-8 in 11 innings. Marlins had 14 hits. The Astros 13. The next night the Astros won 14-6. 16 Houston hits, 13 for Florida. Then Florida won 9-2 in the finale. A drive to center field. Michael Bourne back. And at the track, he hauls it in. The Marlins leave the bases loaded. It's no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 men left. Astros leading at 3-2.
Astros coming to bat in the bottom of the second, up by 1. And coming up a little bit later in our Dodge Grab Life feature, Ryan Moeller tells us growing up what was his favorite team. Any guesses, guys?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves.
I'm going to go with the Chicago Cubs.
All right. Any reasons for your guesses?
Well, he used to go to Chicago and visit his grandparents quite a bit in the summer.
That's right. Oh, yeah, we've heard that one before, and I still don't remember the answer.
That might not be his team. I'm just guessing.
All right, we'll stand by and see.
You know, don't you, Patty?
Oh, I know. I dragged it out of him.
How about the Richard Petty racing team? He's a big NASCAR fan.
That could be it.
The anticipation is building.
It is.
Humberto Quintero leads it off in the second inning. And there's ball 1 to him. Q at 238 with 1 homer, has 10 runs batted in. Pitcher Pizzardo on deck. He pops it up, foul. Lost load toward the foul line for out number 1. He will be catching tomorrow night as well when Wandy Rodriguez is on the mound. That's what Cecil Cooper said last night when asked about the new catching situation with Quintero and Chris Coast after the trade of Pudge Rodriguez.
Pudge in the starting lineup for the Rangers tonight. Exciting time up in Arlington.
Yeah. He's been a part of the only 3 playoff teams that franchise has had. Luzardo looks at ball 1. Pudge arrived last night. 2 more players to be announced in that trade coming Houston's way. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitcher who was traded to the Astros is reporting to Lexington tonight. Matt Navarez. 2 balls and a strike. He was 1-4 at Hickory with a 2.83 ERA, 9 saves there. Now it's 3-1.
Well, West in a similar situation as Bizzardo was last inning. Set up for an easy inning with 8-9-1 due up.
Slowly hit, Cantu. Takes his time, gets Bizzardo. 2 outs.
See where John Smoltz is signed with the Cardinals.
Is he going to be the 5th starter?
It looks like he's going to start on Sunday.
Okay.
And the Dodgers have signed Vicente Padilla to a minor league contract.
They could use another starting pitcher. He was released by Texas. Michael Bourne put down a beautiful bunt. That led to a 3-run inning in the first. 2 of the runs earned. Michael scored for the 77th time. Leans back from ball 1. Left-handed hitters have hit .346 against Sean West this season. Michael's hit lefties well. It's a 1-1 count. Clint Barnes hit his 20th home run tonight for the Colorado Rockies. They lead the Nationals 4-3 after 5 in Washington. 1-2. Jason Marquis is on the mound. Colin Ballister is not. He lasted only an inning and a third for the Nats. Strike 3 for West. He buzzes through the Astros in 1-2-3 fashion in the second. Houston leads at 3-2 after 2. Games. Go back to the 1922 St. Louis Browns and the Cleveland Indians of 25. They had 18 straight. Then the Phillies of 1900 had 16. Giants, the Senators, Detroit, St. Louis all had 15. Florida trying to join that elite company. And already the Marlins have 4 hits in their first 2 innings tonight as they go for number 15 in a row. Change up and a big cut by John Baker. Strike one. Baker hit a fly ball to right in the first inning. He lines it to shortstop. Sinking liner gloved by Tejada, about knee high. Hit hard for out number one.
Well, Yorman's worked awfully hard so far in this game. Up over 50 pitches for 2 innings of work, so he really needs to have a couple efficient innings here. He's going to stick around.
Dan Ugla takes strike one. Ugla had the RBI single up the middle in the first inning. He's one of only 2 second basemen to have his first 4 seasons in the majors, include 20 homers. Goes for it. Upstairs pitch there, and it's 0-2.
Clipped Q with the follow through. Checking in with him there, make sure he was okay.
Yeah. He lines that one. That was hanging up where he liked to see it. Got a good look at it. And again, on 2 strikes, he connects with a hit.
Yeah, he's made some mistakes with his slider. The slider's probably been the biggest issue for him in this game, and it may take a while for Yorman to settle in and for the catchers to get a sense of what he does best. His changeup is his best pitch, and he gets such good action on it. You get the sense that could be his primary pitch. He could throw everything off of his changeup. Clearly tonight, anyway, that slider's been his 3rd best pitch. He's thrown some good ones, but he's also hung a few.
Cody Ross takes the ball one, moving into him. Ross worked the count full, hit a fly ball to center in the first. The Angels, who lead the AL West, have the jump on the Indians 3-0 at the top of the 7th at Cleveland. Jared Weaver on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike.
See where Billy Wagner has cleared waivers. That'd be a pretty good pickup for somebody.
Yeah. It'd be surprising to see him move on.
He said he's willing to waive his no-trade deal to go to a contender. Braves are beating the daylights out of the Mets tonight, 11-2.
The Mets pummeled the Braves last night, 9-4. Braves and Marlins meet over the weekend in Atlanta. Smack to center field. Michael Bourne heads back. Now he finds room. 2 down. Balls really have to travel exceptionally well in this ballpark to center to get to that wall or over it. Talking with some of the Astros players today. Hunter Pence had a deep drive last night that was caught at the warning track, and Lance Berkman, Sean Berry indicated you really have to hit a ball on the screws to get it out to center in this ballpark.
That's huge out there, 436. Plus it's uphill, you have to take an extra club.
Jeremy Hermida hit a fly ball to left, and with the air conditioning on, of course, ball does not travel quite as well. But as Lance said, leave the air conditioning on. There's ball 1.
Now, early in the year when the roof is open, really it carries well here. So the pitchers are always clamoring to close the roof. I didn't miss by much.
Nope. 2-0 to Hermida. Marlins will have a dome stadium of their own with air conditioning in 2012. They've already started pouring concrete. It's 3-0 now.
Do you think they'll call it the fish tank?
They'll call it whatever the sponsors want them to call it.
It's got to be the fish bowl.
Yeah, that'd be good. Well, there's a walk to Hermida on 4 pitches, bringing up the pitcher West now. 2 on and 2 outs. West reached on an error his first time up. Second walk for Bizzardo. West hit the little roller to third. Keppinger threw on the run, threw it low. It's up and in, ball 1.
He's getting good movement on his two-seam fastball east to west, but he's not getting much downward movement. He's got a little bit of a funky delivery. Maybe make it difficult to pick the ball up, but he kind of slings it up there. And if he gets on top of the ball a little bit better, he's probably going to have some more sink.
One and one. Broken bat. Luzardo tossing to Berkman for the third out. No runs, one hit, 2 men left. 3-2 Astros in the third. The MD Anderson Cancer Center and the new Quentin Tarantino movie starring Brad Pitt. It's 3-2. The Astros lead. All the scoring was in the first inning. And Bill Brown and Jim DeShays with you from Minute Maid Park. For just joining us, there was lots of action in that first. The Astros getting 3 runs on 3 hits after the Marlins got 2 runs on 3 hits. Both pitchers have had to work quite hard to this point in the game, making it likely that the bullpens will come into play in the middle innings, but if you're a starting pitcher on a night like this, you'd like to be around at least 5 to qualify for a win, JD.
Yeah, we'll take advantage of these hot bats, be on the right side. Some quality headwear there.
Yes, it is. Seems to be quite elated to have that on. Jeff Keppinger, the batter. There's ball 1 to him. Reached on an error by the third baseman, Cantu. Marlins have left 7 on base to the Astros 1. 2 balls, no strikes. Last night, Ricky Nolasco pitched a beauty. Florida beat Houston 6-2 on a complete game 3-hitter by Nolasco. He had no walks and 10 strikeouts. That was the 10th complete game pitched against the Astros this year.
And just a dandy. Gave up 2 in the first. 2 out double the Berkman home run to Carlos Lee. The only other hit, a swinging bunt by Michael Bourne.
Andy Ramirez blocks it and recovers. Got his body into a good position to get the out. Now Lance Berkman, the RBI double to left in the first inning. Taco Bell headgear there. Ball 1 to Lance.
It'd be fun to be sitting behind those guys.
He rips another line drive to left field. One hops off the wall. Coughlin gets to it quickly and holds him to a long single. That ball was laced. Hit too hard to be a 2-base hit.
And Lance not having much of a year from the right side, but so far tonight, 2 absolute screamers and no chance at all. That's not a double for anybody.
No.
Not even Michael Bourne.
Good view of it.
Well, hang on, the screws right off the wall, toggling there to handle the carom, came right back to him. No chance whatsoever. Lance to take second base.
That keeps the double play in order for West. Lance with his 20th hit as a right-handed batter this season. Carlos Lee hit it sharply to Cantu. Threw him out on a diving play. There's ball 1. Carlos, a .300 career hitter against the Fish. Marlins have 5 hits to the Astros 4. That one's on through into left field. Berkman to second on the single by Lee. First and second, 1 out for Tejada now.
And West made a pretty good pitch with his changeup there. It was down, but it stayed on the plate, and Lee just stayed on the ball, didn't pull off. You can almost see the body language of West. His shoulder slumping after he gave up this hit. They're trying to go down and away with the changeup. It's down, but it cuts back towards the middle of the plate just a little bit. And he says, man, that's a pretty good pitch.
Yeah.
These big league hitters are really good.
He did keep that changeup down. He talked about the fact that he liked the results on his changeup when he faced the Astros last week.
It could just be just a fraction of an inch on your hand. If your hand is turned a little bit, that ball will have a tendency to cut back towards a right-handed hitter. When it, if you stay on top of it, it'll drift down and away.
Ball 1 to Miggy. So West facing the Astros for the second time consecutively, as Nolasco did last night. Inside, Baker makes the stop on it to keep the runners where they are. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Tomorrow night it'll be Josh Johnson, who did not pitch in that series in Florida against Wandy Rodriguez. Wandy also didn't pitch in that one. He pitched in Milwaukee last time out. He's 11-7 with a 3.05 ERA. Johnson 12-2 with a 2.85. Dandy matchup on paper for tomorrow night at 7:05. Astros Live comes your way at 6:30.
On paper, it's going to be on TV too.
Yeah, that's true. It's now 3-0 to Tejada. They've seen some offense early tonight as they settle in. Most fans really like to see quite a bit of hitting. 3-1. The Marlins have hit .322 for their first 5 games against the Astros, scoring 38 runs in those 5. The Astros have scored 32 runs in their first 5 against the Fish. So fans, whether in Florida or here, have seen tons of offense. Bouncer to third. Cantu steps on the bag, throws across to first. Low throw dug out by Glode for the double play from 5-3. And it's no runs, 2 hits, and a man left for the Astros. 3-2 Houston.
They had so many players pass through there, briefly.
Yeah.
And Gary Sheffield was
Oh, that's right.
Marlin for a while.
Yeah. I have to think about that. Chris Coughlin leads it off in the 4th inning. He's 2 for 2 in this game. Bizzardo with ball 1. Been a struggle for Bizzardo. 67 pitches, 40 have been strikes. He's had a hard time setting up his changeup because his fastball hasn't always been where he's wanted it to.
Misfiring with it here, but it looks like they're trying to commit to throwing more changeups. It's a heck of a weapon for him, especially against left-handed hitters.
4-pitch walk. Coughlin's been on all 3 times. 3rd walk for Bizzardo. He's now walked 7 in 8 2/3 innings. The Astros. Ross Glode popped to second, and he was hit by a pitch.
Bizzardo is not new to the big leagues, but he certainly is an experienced 33 2/3 major league innings pitched prior to this game. And there's a tendency a lot of times for young pitchers to give major league hitters too much credit. I feel like they're all Babe Ruth, and you got to be so cautious, and you end up working in hitters' counts all the time, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. 2-0, 3-1, and they hit you. You go, yeah, they are that good. You get the jump on them, they're not quite as sharp.
Yeah. But you have to admit, if you've been watching the Marlins lately, they might remind you.
Yeah, the Marlins are a little different. They're doing their best imitation of the 27 Yankees here lately.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Gonzalez in his 3rd year as a manager. A good team this year. Fouled in, still no balls, 2 strikes. Marlins have hit better than they've pitched, certainly this year. In the past, when they've had those World Series winners, they've had tremendous pitching, but starting pitchers have only the 9th best ERA in the league right now. Hitting has really bailed them out to this point. They're 64 and 55. Outscored their opponents by only 7 runs.
It must be Freddie's genius must be the difference maker.
Must be. Double play ball, Matsui, Tejada, and Berkman. Tejada's been involved in 83 double plays this season. Jack in the Box standings. We'll show you players with the most 3-hit games. Hanley Ramirez has 19 to lead. Elijah Morgan is second. Then it's Felipe Lopez and Miguel Tejada with 15, and Matt Kemp has 14. Carlos Lee with 13. Hanley Ramirez showing bunt, takes strike 1. Walked and scored in the 1st inning, popped a second in the 2nd. There's his 5th in total bases in the National League. Broken bat, fly ball. Michael Bourne over into right center field, laying out for it, and Michael Bourne snagged it. Tremendous play by Bourne, who closed on that ball and took a hit away from Ramirez, a man on a 13-game hitting streak. It's no runs, no hits, and 1 fine catch in the middle of the Preston Wilson.
Preston Wilson.
21 in 2000. Oh, yeah, we forgot about him.
PW.
Also an Astro.
So that's the year he took Biggio's knee out, right?
Yep. 2000. He went into Biggio at second base. Put Bidge out of commission for the rest of the season. For West, only 3 of 14 first pitch strikes in this game. Out in the distance, is it raining? Maybe getting some rain tonight. You see Matsui stretching on deck as Hunter Pence leads it off. Home fourth inning. 3-2 Astros. Hunter hit a ground ball back to the mound. Not raining yet, but it would be welcome. Tejada was thrown out at third on the Hunter Pence grounder back to the pitcher. Fouls it back for strike one. Phillies lead the Diamondbacks 8-1 at the end of 7 in Philadelphia.
Cliff Lee doing it again.
One hitter.
This guy's out of control.
2-7.
Not that easy.
No walks, 8 strikeouts. 0-2. Dan Herron started. He was racked by the Phillies. He got 9 hits and 6 earned runs in 5 innings. Ground ball to second. Takes a big hop for Dan Uggla. He's on a hustling Pence. Yeah, that was close.
Don't nonchalant it. With Pence going down the line, you're asking for trouble.
Yes, sir.
Let me see. Cliff Lee has made 3 starts for the Phillies since coming over from Cleveland. He's allowed exactly 1 run in all 3 of his previous starts. He got 1 tonight.
Yeah, it's unearned apparently. Jason Worth has hit 2 homers, giving him 27. Ryan Howard belted his 31st, a 3-run shot. Chase Utley, number 25. Matsui showing bunt. Which is strike one. He worked the count to 3-1. Hit a fly ball to right in the first inning. That Philadelphia club looking strong and getting a big relief job from Jamie Moyer last night. Line drive, foul.
What'd Jamie do?
Well, he came in and went 6 innings. Pedro started the game, went 3. There was a long rain delay of an hour plus. They didn't want to bring Pedro back, so Jamie came back after the rain delay, worked 6 scoreless innings in relief. He got the win. Hit hard, diving, Globe. Pitcher can't get there. He dives and gets the out call. Ross Globe with a big play for out number 2.
Oh, that's a great play. Not so much from Kaz's perspective. He thought he had a base hit, but great glove work and then the hustle. See, West finishes drifting towards the third base side. By the time he reacts and starts to come over, he's got no chance. So it's Globe or nobody. And by just that much, it could have been ugly too.
Yeah.
Matsui stepped on his wrist. It could have been ugly for both guys.
Got him by that much. Humberto Quintero next. Fouled out to Globe earlier. West has worked 3 2/3 with 51 pitches. Foul ball, strike one. And struggle for both of these pitchers tonight. The Marlins getting 2 and the Astros 3 in that first inning, but they've managed to post zeros since then. They've each gotten a double play ball.
You know, and the way West being as big as he is and the way he finishes his delivery. I saw Michael Bourne put that drag bunt down earlier, but I'm surprised to see that become a little bit of an issue with West on the hill. Matsui push a bunt out that way. Bourne, of course. Not likely to do it here with 2 strikes, but he's been known to try to bunt for a hit every now and then.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, J.R. Tolles is on the disabled list at Round Rock right now. Smack foul.
What's going on with him?
Well, not sure exactly. He had that broken nose earlier. I don't know if this is that same injury or he has a different one since then. But he's on the 7-day disabled list. And the Astros have talked about getting him back up to the big club when he's healthy. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A lot of articles written, of course, about the trade of Pudge Rodriguez, where the Astros are headed from that point on.
Yeah, and the tone of some of that and some of the conversation I find a little puzzling. We need to talk about that later.
Cody Ross way back into center field. That is a bomb. Quintero will trot the rest of the way around. He really let it go for a home run number 2 of the season. The Astros lead at 4-2.
John West has been taken to Q school.
Boy.
Where did that come from?
That is impressive. He's making a bid for more playing time.
Wow. Some extension with some backspin.
Home run number 2, giving him 11 runs batted in. It's 4-2.
I got to believe that's the best bolt of his life.
Yeah, we've just not seen that from him. Hits the balls hard to right field, but that's up there where very few people hit home runs.
Ronnie Rebel coming through.
2 balls and a strike. Quintero's first homer came back on the 16th of July. This was 27 at bats since then.
He'll be toast to the Water Buffalo Lodge talking about that one.
Very impressive swing of the bat. Listed at 415 feet. Luzardo strikes out. Number 2 for West. Quintero makes it 4-2 Astros with his deep drive here in the 4th inning. Headed for the 5th. And by Whataburger. Yorman Luzardo's longest outing is 7 innings. In September of 07 against Minnesota in one of his 2 previous Major League starts. Everybody's watching baseball now, but that food will be ready when they are. And watching Luzardo work the 5th inning.
Fried onions?
Could be. Sammy Hervasio and Alberto Arias are warming up in the bullpen. And there's strike 1 to Jorge Cantu.
So anyway, the Pudge thing, the tenor of some of the conversation surrounding the Pudge trade, I found surprising because Pudge was okay for a while. I mean, he really hasn't hit in quite some time. So it's not like they unloaded a cornerstone player. It's not like they traded Berkman or Pence or Bourne.
No.
And likely that he wasn't going to come back. But, the idea that this is some major shift in philosophy, I find somewhat surprising.
Yeah. Well, he had 4 runs batted in since the All-Star break.
And I don't mean to diss Pudge. I mean,
no.
He's had a great career. And
not at all.
Hung in there for a while and did okay. But
he's a hard worker here. Nice guy. Really good for the fans, I thought. Fit into the organization well. Worked hard to learn the pitchers. But you're right. He's 37 years old. And they didn't set out to trade him, but the Rangers approached the Astros top brass, wanted to make a deal. They got a chance to get a very good young arm and 2 other players we don't know about in the deal. Two balls, 2 strikes to Cantu. Slider just off the plate. He checked his swing. Pretty good pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cantu seemed to know where that pitch was going to wind up, though. Former Tampa Bay Ray and Cincinnati Red, Jorge Cantu. That's not close enough. Now it's 3-2. All right.
Action in the Astros pen. Gervasio and Burdak now joining him.
And ball 4.
That's a pretty close pitch right there. You just can't get it called.
Patty Smith.
All right, thanks, guys. Time for our progressive fan of the game. And this is Rich Spay. And Rich, ironically enough, an old friend of Greg Lucas's. Tell us about how far you guys go back, Rich.
We go back to when we were 7 years old. We lived across the street from each other and back in Indiana.
And you told me at an early age, Greg Lucas knew exactly what he wanted to do.
At about 10 years old, when you'd ask Greg what he wanted to do when he grew up, he wanted to be affiliated with a big league baseball team, and he's achieved his dream.
You told me you coached with him, all kinds of things, but you also told me that his celebrity, after reaching his dreams, finally paid off for him doing it.
Yeah, a few years ago, Greg wanted to get the corrective eye surgery, and he went to a local place to have it done and noticed a bunch of celebrities' pictures on the wall. And when he asked, do you give discounts for celebrities, I guess he wasn't too well known because the optometrist said, well, who are you? And he had to go out in the car and get a picture and bring back in to prove it. But he thought that was the best. I guess the best thing he ever got for that picture.
He got $500 off, right?
$500 off, yes.
All right, and now he's turned you into an Astro fan, right?
I'm an Astro fan. I come down once a year for a series and mix business and pleasure, and this part of the trip is the pleasure part.
All right, well, for that, for riding out Greg Lucas, you are our progressive fan of the game. Thanks so much, and it was nice to meet you.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
I thought he was going to say, don't you know me? I'm Ted Knight.
They should know him from his movie. Baker, the batter, with a 1-0 pitch coming. 1 ball, 1 strike. Baker's 0 for 2 in this game.
Yes, I was a star of Glory Road.
Yeah. Still on DVD right now. 4-2, the Astros leading with the bullpen busy. Tim Burdak also has started warming up. He's fouled off the screen. 1-2 to Baker. Mariners lead the Tigers at Detroit 3-1. Seattle, top of the 9th inning. Justin Verlander has pitched well. He's on the losing end, and there's Ian Snell for 5 2/3, giving up 1 run for Seattle.
And Billy Hall is now a Seattle Mariner.
Oh. Did you hear any particulars on the deal? Did they work out a trade?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Probably a prospect for him. Ichiro hit his 8th homer tonight. Carlos Guillen added number 5 for Detroit. Baker swings and goes down.
He hasn't gotten many swings and misses tonight. That time Baker went out of the zone, did him a favor. First strikeout.
Yep.
Let me see. Billy Hall went to the Mariners for a minor leaguer. And according to this story, the Brewers will pay a large portion of the money that remains on his deal. $2 million this year, $8.4 next, $9.25 club option for 2011 with a $500,000 buyout.
Gulp.
So they saved some money.
Yeah.
Once they decided to part ways, there was a chance they're on the hook for the entirety of that contract.
And Uglu's 2 for 2, fouls it into the upper deck, strike 1. Bizzardo needs to get a couple more outs to qualify for the win. He's thrown 89 pitches. It's 1-1. Andy Rodriguez goes tomorrow night against Josh Johnson. Then the Arizona Diamondbacks come in over the weekend. Roy Oswalt and Yusmeiro Petit will start Friday night. 2 balls and a strike. Brian Moeller draws Max Scherzer Saturday night, and Sunday it's Bud Norris and John Garland. Hot dogs are ready. Bouncer rolled out to Tejada. There's a quick flip and dropped in, but they get the out call at second. Matsui was in a hurry to try to double up Ugla. And on the transfer, the ball popped away from him. 2 outs.
And Miggy unloads in a hurry here. This ball barely touches leather. As soon as it's on him, he's making that underhand flip to Matsui. As he tries to make the exchange, never does get the handle.
Two outs, and it's Cody Ross.
I don't, it would have been tough to argue if he called the runner safe at second base there.
Yeah.
It looked to me like Kaz ever secured that ball.
Didn't have it very long. The umpire will usually cut that middle infielder a little slack if the runner's bearing down on him, and he's really rushing. He's supposed to have possession of it when he's on the bag. Drive to left field. Carlos over for it. That one bangs off the wall. Carlos throws into second. A long single for Cody Ross. And the Marlins are still churning with Jeremy Hermida coming up. What could have been an inning-ending double play now might lead to problems. Cecil Cooper is on his way to the mound with 2 outs and 2 on here.
He's got 2 options: walk Hermida and go after the pitcher, or bring the lefty in to face Hermida, and he's going to go with Burdack.
Oh, Luzardo has not gone the 5 innings required of the starter to qualify for the win, but the Astros lead at 4-2. Back in a moment. Showing you Tim Burdack coming in with runners on at first and third. And with 2 outs in the inning, it's Burdack to face the lefty hitting Hermida. Hermida is 0 for 1 with a walk. Pizarro going forward 2/3. And the Astros leading it 4-2.
Just the 5th inning of this ball game, but Cecil Cooper has identified this as a significant point because he's bringing his only lefty in the bullpen into this game to face Jeremy Hermida. So Cooper probably figures, well, if we can stop him right here. Wes has not been particularly sharp tonight, so maybe we can put a couple more on the board against him and go into cruise control. Jeremy Hermida hitting just a .192 against lefties this year.
Hermida had flied to left and walked against Pizarro. Looks at ball one. Burdack came in last night with the bases loaded and got lefty hitting Ross Glode to get out of that 6th inning jam.
And he was throwing some nasty sliders last night.
He pitched well twice against the Marlins in Florida. It's 2-0 with pitcher West on deck. Last 5 outings for Burdack have brought hitless baseball. Hasn't walked anybody. 4 1/3 innings over those last 5 outings.
I suspect the plan is to give Tim, the rest of this inning and one more, with the Marlins featuring a couple left-handed bats at the top of their order.
There's a 4-pitch walk to Hermida, and the bases are loaded for West now, with right-hander Brian Sanchez warming up in the Florida bullpen.
And they got a pinch hitter, Gabby Sanchez, going to hit here for the pitcher West.
He just joined the Marlins yesterday, coming up for the minor leagues with the injury to Nick Johnson. So West leaves.
So if you counter with Hervasio here in this confrontation, obviously you don't have a lefty for Coughlin and Glode. Burdack, who has been effective against right-handed hitters this year, will stay in the game.
Gabby Sanchez making his 2nd stint with the Marlins.
Going to make the move.
Yeah. 296 in New Orleans with 14 home runs, and Cecil Cooper will once again go to the bullpen.
Man, the wheels are turning here in the 5th. It's like it's the 8th.
Sammy Hervasio is coming out of that bullpen, sprinting in. 4-2 Astros. Back in a moment.
And Walmart. This collectible is the final piece in a special Bagwell Biggio collectible set. You kids are free all summer. Just get your tickets today by calling 1-877-9-ASTROS or visit astros.com, guys.
Thanks, Patty. Look forward to that on Saturday. The Arizona Diamondbacks here. That'll be Brian Moeller and Max Scherzer that night. Here is Sammy Hervasio coming in with the bases loaded, 2 outs, a 4-2 lead, facing the pinch hitter Gabby Sanchez.
Couple of rookies squaring off here. Key moment in this ball game.
Hervasio went 2 innings last night, giving up 1 hit, 1 run. He allowed a home run to Jeremy Hermida. Here's ball 1. West in 4 innings allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, with no walks, 2 strikeouts. Sanchez was in 5 games last year with the Marlins, going 3 for 8. Fouls it back. It's 1-1. He was the Southern League MVP. And he has the bases loaded with Ugla at third. With Cody Ross at second base. Jeremy Hermita's on at first. 1-1 the count for Gabby Sanchez. First and third baseman. It's 2 balls and a strike to him.
Well, and you can tell by his build, very, very strong lower unit. Look at the legs on this kid. He crouches down, and not quite Bagwell, but a similar approach. Spread out, sitting on that back leg.
He's a catcher at the University of Miami. It's 2-2. Big pitch there for Hervasio. Only 24 years old. Gabby Sanchez, a 4th-round pick in 05 Florida. He is from Miami. And misses the target, but gets him on the inside corner looking. Big out for Hervasio. No runs, 1 hit, 3 men left. It is 4-2 Astros.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, she's having a good time.
It's a grown-up that's not messing things up.
No. Gotta have a good time. She's enjoying herself here at Minute Maid Park tonight.
Playing a little air guitar, and every now and then she needs to beat the drum, and I think that's what her husband's head is there for.
Brian Sanchez, who grew up in Beaumont, lives in Nederland, went to Nederland High School and Lamar University, comes in with a 3-1 record, a 1.01 ERA.
Yeah, he's been a real nice fit in this Marlin bullpen. So he's averaging just about a strikeout an inning, and he's got better than 2 strikeouts for every walk. Keeps it in the yard. Been tough to hit. One of the things to like about his work this year. There's a lot of sliders.
Michael Bourne gets it started in the home 5th inning. He has a bunt single, and he struck out looking. Corner infielders are in close. Dan Ugla also has moved in about halfway at second. And Ramirez walking up toward the plate. And Sanchez delivers ball 1. There you see the infielders.
Ugla's got to cheat in a little bit because of that drag bunt. And a slow ground ball. If you're playing deep, he's going to beat it out.
Off the middle, hit it by him into right center field. Michael Bourne's 2 for 3.
And maybe if they're at normal depth, Ugla's able to backhand that ball. That's the beauty of Michael Bourne's speed. It forces people to play him a little bit differently.
It's hit number 7 for the Astros. Jeff Keppinger's the batter. He's 0 for 2. Reached on an error. Scored a run in the first inning. Jeff Fulcino warming up for Houston. Sanchez has a consecutive scoreless inning streak at home of 24 1/3. Longest in the majors this season. 3rd longest in Marlins history. Pitch out. Bourne not going, and it's ball 1 to Keppinger. Bourne stole second base in the first inning.
Do you dare to pitch out twice in a row, Freddie?
Well,
maybe not.
If you trust Sanchez to throw strikes, you could. We'll see what happens. Probably not. It's 1-1. Sanchez was off to a good start with New Orleans, and he was called up on May 18th. Made 30 appearances with those numbers you saw. Very good as a Marlin this season. He was with Washington last year. Ryan just turned 30. He was a second-round pick of Kansas City in '99. Then he was with the Padres for a while and the Phillies. First came to the big leagues in '06 with Philadelphia. He was with the Phillies as well in '07. Florida signed him to a AAA deal last December. Worked out very well for the Fish. Bourne takes off. Throw from Baker bounces. He's safe. The ball gets into left center, and he pops up and hits for third. Ramirez with a throw. He's in standing up. So for the second time, he steals second and continues on around.
Stolen base, second error on John Baker tonight, both times with Bourne running. And this time it's not such a great jump, but if he makes a good throw, he might get him. But the throw's a little bit short. Uggla's got to do a little bit better job corralling that ball. And the errant throw, the mishandle at second base, and Bourne able to get all the way to third base.
With nobody out, he's at third. Second throwing error on Baker tonight, his 6th of the year. Infielders creep in. Keppinger with a pop-up. Uggla back onto the outfield grass. Oh no. And it's Lance Berkman. There's a double and a single tonight. An RBI on his double, batting right-handed. Now he turns it around as he comes up in the 5th.
Yeah, 2 great swings from the right side for Lance. Sanchez has to contend with left-handed Lance, and the Marlins looking in for their manager. See how they're going to play it, whether Freddie's going to have him pull the infield in or not. Well, they're going to put him on and play for a double play.
That'll be Carlos Lee batting. With 1 out and runners ahead, 1st and 3rd.
Now the old cliche is, first 7 innings, the game belongs to the players, and from the 7th inning on, it's a manager's game. But the manager's really getting involved early in this one tonight.
They want it now.
Freddie, a little bit different scenario for Freddie and the Marlins as they're right in the thick of things in that wild card race.
Freddie's starting pitcher, Sean West, went 4 innings. Sanchez working with a 4-2 deficit, trying to get out of 1-out trouble here in the 5th.
Mark Wiley will come out with the game plan for how they want to go after Carlos Lee here. Carlos has been swinging it well. This is obviously a bit of a risk. And even if they don't get the double play, I'm sure with Freddie saying, look, if we can get 2 outs in this inning, would I rather go after a left-handed hitting Berkman and Lee, or Lee and Tejada, who's been struggling, and with the chance of getting out of it with a double play ball.
Lee has grounded into 13 double plays. Mark Wiley doing the talking as Sanchez listens. Have 7 hits to the Marlins 6. The Marlins have left 10 men on base, including the bases loaded in the 2nd and 5th inning. The Astros have stranded only 2. The Astros now have a .279 team batting average with runners in scoring position. That's kind of crept up on us. Double play depth for Ramirez and Ugla. 1 out. Sanchez throws to second, and Ugla relays to first. Low throw, and he was rescued by Glode, who dug it out of the dirt for Ugla. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. 4-2 Houston.
I was a big Braves fan. Grew up watching them in the 80s when they were absolutely horrible. Big Dale Murphy fan, though. But as far as heroes, I really didn't have any heroes.
JD wins again. Atlanta Braves.
Probably about the 13th time we've seen that. Remembered? Oh, yeah.
You remembered. Well, he does live in Atlanta now. Jeff Fulcino coming in with this 4-2 lead for the Astros, and he takes over in the 6th inning.
Well, Jeff has been in the right place at the right time this year. He's picked up 5 wins out of the Astros bullpen. He's also lost 4 games, has a .363 ERA.
Chris Coughlin leads it off. He has done quite well tonight. 2 singles and a walk. Fulcino in the dirt, ball 1.
Fulcino could end up being the winner in this game, too. Yorman Bizzardo left with the lead but did not pitch the 5 innings necessary to qualify for the win. If the Astros keep this lead and win the ball game, it will be the official scores. The judgment who determines who wins this game.
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we happen to have Trey Wilkinson up here with us tonight. He does a lot of official scoring, so we'll have to confer with him and see how he would judge that, but it's too early to make that call right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sammy Hervasio got an important out, facing the only man that he saw, Gabby Sanchez, and getting him on strikes with the bases loaded, so that's a consideration. Tim Burdack walked the only man he saw. Yorman Bizzardo 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. He walked 4 and fanned 1. It's 2-2. Of course, if we could go back and change a lot of these scoring rules, it would be fun. For instance, if the starter did not have to go 5 to qualify for the win, then it would be a lot easier to give that win to a guy like Yorman Bizzardo tonight. Ripped up the right field line into the corner. Headed for second base. Coughlin, he's on for the 4th straight time. He's going to keep going to 3rd. Matsui with a relay throw, not in time. That ball deep in the right field corner, and Coughlin has his third hit, and he's on for the fourth time with his third triple of the year.
Yeah, it might be wishful thinking, contemplating who's going to be the winning pitcher for the Astros. The way these Marlins have been swinging the bats, the Astros are probably going to have to score some more to win this game. And this is going to be a tough run to prevent right here. Leadoff triple with 2, 3, 4 coming up for the Fish.
That's 7 hits for the Fish. Coughlin in head first. Ross Glode, the batter, 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch. Infield laying back with nobody out, and a 2-run lead. And that's toward the left field corner. That's a fair ball, bouncing off the wall to make it 4-3. RBI double for Glode. Glode's 7th two-base hit of the year. And that is 8 hits now for the Marlins.
You have a lot of hot hitters. You have to be very judicious facing this lineup right now. You'd love to jump ahead, be aggressive, but the way they're swinging it, bam.
Now 1-run lead. And it's a number 3 hitter, Hanley Ramirez. 0 for 2 tonight with a walk and a run scored. Softly hit to Tejada. Got him on 1 pitch. 1 out. We go to Patty Smith.
All right, fans, the Astros and Minute Maid are extending the kids-free all-summer ticket promotion through the end of the season. That's right. Now through September 27th, kids' tickets are still free. For every full-price adult ticket you purchase in the view deck or mezzanine, you can get 2 free tickets in the same price level for kids 14 and under. For more info, visit Astros.com or visit the Minute Maid Park box office, guys.
Thanks, Patty.
Sure.
4-3 lead here for Fulcino facing Cantu. There's an RBI single and a walk. Strike 1 for Jeff.
I like that play right there. The way these guys attack the fastball. If you have command of your breaking pitch, that might be the way to go to try to get ahead. Especially with a guy like Cantu, get him to expand his zone once you're ahead of him. He had a high fastball for a home run last night on a 2-strike count that was up and in. Guy who does not draw a lot of walks.
Fulcino with 5 wins in relief. Picked up number 5 on Sunday at Milwaukee. Leads the club in relief wins. Trying to protect a 1-run lead here. His ERA in his last 28 appearances is 3.12. It's 2-1.
If he were to get a win tonight, he'd be tied with Roy Oswalt.
How about that? That is crazy. John Baker's on deck with 1 out in the inning. Rocks 1 to left center field, sending Michael Bourne back, and on the run he makes a tremendous catch. What a play by Bourne. Oh, did he save a run and more.
Fans up on their feet, and they appreciate Michael Bourne's playing center field, not just tonight, but all year long. He has made so many spectacular plays. He came in and got Ramirez earlier in this game, and this time taking away extra bases from Cantu. Yes, Freddie Gonzalez, there is just one Michael Bourne out there tonight. He covers a lot of real estate.
That is getting a standing ovation here. And deservedly so. What a play by Bourne. That is just spectacular. He ran a direct path to where that ball came down. There's no way he could have made the play otherwise. Got a good jump, and he ran a tremendous route on that.
Kind of like those dogs when they run down a frisbee. They just run to a spot and leap.
Yeah. Yeah. And his timing was impeccable. That could be a game saver, even though it's only the 6th inning. So a lot of baseball coming. That's one to remember if the Astros win this game.
Well, if he doesn't make that catch, it's a tie game with a man standing on second at least, possibly third, with just one out.
That's John Baker. Baker 0 for 3. Chino delivers ball 1. Big at bat in this game for Baker.
And just contemplate what Bourne has done with his speed tonight. The bunt single, the hit past Ugla because they had to play short because of his speed. 2 plays in the outfield. 2 stolen bases. The errant throws by Baker trying to hurry the throws. I mean, he's been a one-man wrecking crew out there tonight.
Ramirez in the 4th, and then this tremendous play. It's 3-0.
And again, it's so hard to, we're so tied up in statistics in baseball, but it's so hard to kind of wrap your brain around speed statistically. I understand now why the Angels have so much success with all the athletes that they run out there.
Baker walks intentionally, and now it's Dan Ugla batting. Ugla has 2 hits and an RBI tonight in 3 trips.
You like home runs, and you got to have power on your team, but speed is very entertaining.
Marlins are 0 for 6 since the first inning with men in scoring position. Ball 1 to Ugla. Moss on deck. Doug Brocale will throw a simulated game tomorrow as he tries to work his way back to the Astros bullpen. It's 2-0. Chino came in the 7th inning Sunday with the Astros trailing 5-4, worked 2/3 of an inning. They turned it around and won it 8-5, handing him the victory. Gave up 2 runs in 2 innings at Florida last Tuesday night.
Get it out there.
Grounded to short. Got away with it. Yes, he did. Tejada made the play, and in the 6th inning, the Marlins closed the gap with a run on 2 hits. They strand 2. It's 4-3 Astros in the 6th.
Oh, man.
It's the Coors Light 6th inning. We'll check out the Frost-Brewed Coors Light freeze cam. Here's the earlier play by Michael Bourne in right center field on Ramirez in the 4th inning. Stretched out on that one. made two terrific plays, one in right center, one in left center in this game.
And not once have we said, born to run. Born ultimatum.
No.
Or born supremacy.
Now the bottom of the sixth inning. Sanchez on the mound. Tejada at the plate. Those youngsters having a good time out there on the right field line. Tejada with an RBI double in the first is 1 for 2. Instead of a double play in the third inning. Sanchez with the slider, misses low for ball 1. Sanchez pitcher number 2 for the Marlins. Their bullpen has a 3.81 ERA, 6th best ERA among National League pens. That slider gets him a strike.
A little bit shaky at the back end of the bullpen right now. Matt Lindstrom, who was the closer at the beginning of the year, spent a big chunk of the season on the DL. He's an extreme hard thrower. He's got an inflated ERA. Leo Nunez is the guy who's been getting the save opportunities in recent weeks for the Marlins, and he's been just so-so.
2-1. Sanchez has been a big help with his work. Marlins have two lefties, Dan Meyer and Reniel Pinto in the bullpen. It bounces for ball 3, and it's 3-1 to Miggy. Josh Johnson starts tomorrow night, and he consistently goes deep into games for the Fish.
Yeah, he's a hoss.
3-2. Sanchez put that one in a good spot.
I mean, we talk a lot about pitchers having the ability to throw something other than a fastball and a fastball count, but it's nice if you're going to throw one to be able to paint the way he just did, just flipping that outside corner. Going back out there. Get this one to right, Miggy.
This is not big time. These pitchers are getting by with some mistakes on these locations tonight.
Yeah, that's why that old the old boy, he only made one mistake quote after a game. That's a bum. May have made one mistake that really cost him, but if you a starting pitcher, if you go out there and throw 100 pitches or so, you're going to miss at least 10 or 15 times.
That's fouling out of play.
Even if your name is Greg Maddux.
Yeah. Dan Meyer, the lefty, is warming up in the bullpen for Florida right now. Those youngsters are occupied elsewhere in the right field corner.
Time trials. Come on. They're racing the big giant Astro. Way to go. Usain Bolt.
She won. Hunter Pence on deck. Matsui due up third here in the Astros' sixth. Foul ball.
That's quite conceivable in that previous pitch where we said Sanchez missed it. He just decided to go inside. Sometimes as a pitcher, you'll get into a rhythm, and a catcher will give you a location, and you'll just disregard it. You want to go somewhere else, but you don't want to take the time to shake him off. You're ready to go. You wouldn't change pitch selection that way, but location you could for sure without it being an issue.
Tejada to the left. Coughlin back. One out. What's on tap with the Astros is coming your way right now. As we look ahead, 3 games with Arizona coming up, but tomorrow night, Bud Light shows you Josh Johnson and Wandy Rodriguez. Coverage begins at 6:30. Astros live tomorrow night.
2 very good pitchers, completely different bodies. Johnson's a giant. It's kind of a David Goliath matchup.
It'll be his 25th start of the season. Came back last year from Tommy John surgery, and he's really putting together a strong year. Hunter Pence is 0 for 2. Calls that one for strike 1. The Astros haven't faced Johnson since the 06 season. He has won 5 in a row now. Slider makes it 0-2. Cliff Lee goes to 11-9. Philadelphia beating Arizona 8-1. Dan Heron, the loser, 12-8. Chase Utley, Ryan Howard, Jason Worth hit 2 home runs. 1-2 to Hunter. Ian Snell in Seattle down Detroit 3-1. Snell 3-9, beating Justin Verlander. He's 13-7. David Aardsma, Rice University, got his 28th save. It's 2-2. Paul Maholm in Pittsburgh clipped Milwaukee 3-1, beating Giovanni Gallardo. Matt Capps got his 22nd save. Ronnie Cedeno at his 9th homer.
It was one crafty matchup in Cincinnati tonight. Barry Zito and Bronson Arroyo. It's 1-0 Giants with the Reds batting in the 9th. Zito took a no-hitter into the 6th inning.
Ryan Wilson's in the game now. 2 outs, nobody on. Popped up, out of play.
Hey, right there.
What happened? Did it ricochet?
Yeah, I went up to the radio, the TV booth next to us, the Marlin booth, and down the one of the season ticket holders. Hey, he got one last homestand.
Yeah, he did. He's in the right spot again.
Asking for some lottery numbers.
Ball 4. Did you see the kid at the Rangers game in the upper deck? He caught 2 of them the last night or the night before.
9-0 now.
Got his glove with him. Second walk for Sanchez. The first was intentional to Berkman. Now it's Matsui batting. Matsui's 0 for 2. I think they were hit by consecutive batters in the game, too. That's some kind of luck.
Kind of like when Richie Ashburn hit that sports writer's wife twice. Hit her, and then they came and got her, and they were taking out her in a stretcher. And later on in the at-bat, he hit her again on the way out.
It wasn't really funny, but those happenstances.
Whitey was in a feud with that writer or not? Talk about bat control.
I remember some talk about that. As if anyone could do that on purpose. Oh, he was leaning and he got back. Say, did you hear that Brett Favre is back?
I heard a rumor to that effect. Well, the Packer fans, I mean, there's no more loyal fan than a Packer fan. They're going to be so conflicted. People that have named their kids after Favre up there.
Yeah.
Now he's playing for the hated Vikings.
Yes. It's tough for them to swallow. There's that story about his family reserving hotel rooms in Green Bay for the Vikings game there. That was weeks ago. So people are still convinced that this has been in the works all along. Hunter takes off. Strike call. The throw is high and he's safe. Deal number 12 of the year for Hunter Pence. Third for the Astros tonight. They are 10 for 10 against the Marlins this season.
Best throw Baker's made tonight, but still just a little bit tardy as you look at the break. And then the throw. Hand in, tag applied to the shoulder.
That was close.
It's interesting just to watch the mechanics of Baker with Pence being the base stealer as opposed to Bourne. Much more under control. He got off a better throw.
Jared Weaver and the Angels shut out Cleveland 3-0. Weaver going to 13-4. He beat Jeremy Sowers. He's 4-9. Matsui looks at the ball. It's 1-2. 8 hits for the Marlins, 7 for the Astros. The Marlins have made 3 errors tonight. And the Marlins have left a dozen men on base. Broken bat roller out to Uggla. 2 outs. Under Pence to third for Quintero. Big opportunity here for Humberto to the trade of Pudge to take advantage of playing time. He hit a long home run in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2 tonight. This Post is also, of course, going to do his share of the catching. Both will be vying to get even more playing time. He does try that bunt you talked about earlier.
Yeah, I was talking about with the big lefty West on the hill. I thought maybe he would be vulnerable to a little push bunt out towards second base.
Jason Michaels comes out to the on-deck circle. Pitcher Spadu up next, right-hander in the Astros bullpen. No balls, 2 strikes. Humberto just turned 30. August 8th. Had 168 at-bats last year. Hit 2 homers, drove in 12. And his career's been set back by a lot of injuries along the way. Strike 3. Sanchez completes his 2nd inning of work. With no runs, no hits, and a runner stranded at third. It's 4-3 Astros after 6. You see the Marlins leaving 12 runners on base through the first 6. They have 8 hits. Luzardo went 4 2/3, giving up 6 hits and 2 earned runs for the Astros, walking 4, fanning 1. Coughlin with a big night, 3 for 3 with a walk. He has scored 2 runs. And Berkman is 2 for 2 with an RBI double and an intentional walk.
There's been a lot of traffic out there since the first, but just the 2 runs.
Well, 8 hits and 6 walks for the Marlins. Also another runner reached on an error and a hit batsman. So that is 16 base runners for them. Cody Ross is 1 for 3. Smacks it into center field. Jumped all over that first pitch to open the 7th inning for hit number 9 for the Fish. And you know they're watching that now. They said they weren't obsessing with it, but when they got to 9 hits, sure they want to keep that string of 10 hits or more going.
You throw this club a fastball anywhere near the dish and they're hacking it.
Now it's Hermida. He's flied to left and walked twice. Pinch hitter on deck, Emilio Bonifacio. The pitcher Sanchez due up next. Nobody warming up in the Astros bullpen. Fulchino's due to lead off the bottom of the inning. And this is one of those situations for a manager in which he is really banking on Fulchino pitching one more so he can pinch hit for him in the bottom half. Fulchino misses and goes to 2-0 in the count. Raniel Pinto, the lefty, warming up for the Marlins with Bonifacio on deck. And Fulchino gave up a triple to Coghlan, an RBI double to Glode. Then got the big play by Bourne in the 6th inning. That really rescued him. Strike there makes it 2-1. Colorado down Washington 5-4 in Washington. Jason Marquis going to 14-8. Beating Colin Ballister is 1-3. Houston Street got his 31st save. Clint Barmas hit his 20th home run. Carlos Gonzalez number 8. Josh Bard number 3 for the Nats.
Jim Tracy, a miraculous turnaround in Colorado since Tracy took over there.
He's a wild card leader. He's posted his victory.
Played about 700 baseballs since Tracy jumped on board.
And of course, the Rockies aren't conceding the NL West to the Dodgers either.
I made a none too pleased with Brian O'Nora. That ball was low. It looked like he's ready to hit. Going to chase a bad ball here. Didn't throw him a bad ball, threw him a good ball.
Yeah, 2 balls, 2 strikes still. San Francisco held off Cincinnati 1-0. Out hitting the Reds 10-2. Barry Zito did not get the win. It was Sergio Romo for that victory, going to 4-2. He beat Bronson Arroyo, who's 11-12. Brian Wilson got his 30th save. So the Giants have posted their win. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Fulchino. A big one there for out number 1.
Yeah, I think Hermida really let O'Nora get in his head. That borderline pitcher went against him. He was chirping at him, and he just never really was able to turn the page.
Patty?
All right, well, if you're traveling and can't watch your Astros, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv, the ultimate baseball experience featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer, and catch those you missed on demand. For more details, visit Astros.com, where baseball is always on, guys.
Thanks, Patty. Emilio Bonifacio now, the pinch hitter for Brian Sanchez. A switch hitter who's 24 years old, very good speed. He went 3 for 5 against the Astros in Florida. Got a start in that final game. Drove in a run. 255 for the season. 1 homer, 26 runs batted in. And Fulchino delivers ball 1. Sanchez in 2 innings allowed the Astros 1 hit and no runs. He walked 2. One of those was intentional and had 1 strikeout. So his ERA was 1.01 when he came in. He worked 2 scoreless. Hunter takes off, swing and a miss. Throw from Quintero, the tag by Tejada. They get him. Cody Ross gunned down from 2 to 6.
Well, busted hit and run play there. And Ross had a very small lead and not a big jump. They're counting on contact from Bonifacio, and he comes up empty. And Q took care of the rest. Looking back in, saying, please hit that ball. Miggy had time to do a 360 and then apply the tag if he wanted to. Just sitting there waiting on him.
Big throw by Quintero, who's gunned down 4 of 15. So he's hit a homer. He's thrown out a base runner. Good game going for Q. And now the count's 1-1 on Bonifacio. Bunts. Fulchino over, stumbles, drops the ball, and Bonifacio's on. He was falling forward as he got to that ball. And it's a bunt single for Bonifacio. That's 10 hits again for the Marlins. 15 straight games with 10 hits or more, joining select company in Major League history.
And this time Bonifacio plays the speed game, dropping that bunt down for the most part. In the games we've seen against the Marlins, it's just been dropping the fat part of the bat on the center of the baseball and knocking it all over the diamond. And Big Jeff, had he handled that bunt, would have gotten his man. Now you got to believe Bonifacio is going to try to steal here with 2 outs. He's thinking extra base hit. A bunt base hit with 2 outs. Not necessarily a good play unless you could turn it into a double with your legs by stealing second base.
Only 3 teams in history have a longer streak of games with 10 hits or more than the Marlins. Coughlin, the batter, he has 3 of those hits and a walk. Ball 1 to Coughlin. 2 singles, a triple.
The ironic thing, at least for now, they've held Hanley Ramirez hitless tonight.
Yeah. Well, the Marlins have joined the 1929 New York Giants, the 33 Washington Senators, the 36 Detroit Tigers, and the 37 St. Louis Browns. With 15 straight games with 10 hits or more. Coughlin's been a big part of that ever since leading off this game with a single to left field. 30,101 paid attendance. Marlins got 2 in the first, but the Astros bounced right back with 3 in the bottom half. Houston has led ever since. It's 2-0.
I'm Freddie Gonzalez. I probably don't run here. And just the way Coughlin's been swinging the bat, I'm thinking I got a pretty good shot the way he's been swinging to get an extra base hit, maybe score there, and if the count goes 2-1, then maybe run Bonifacio.
It's 2-1.
Nora. Need to call that low pitch now. Early on, it seemed like it was a pretty tight zone. Bizardo, I thought, got squeezed a little bit. I think he's probably moving here.
Oh yeah, he's picked off. And that ends the 7th inning as Fulcino gets a pickoff of Bonifacio with no runs, 2 hits, nobody left. Here's the big throw and the tag by Berkman. Bonifacio, who had 20 steals, is gunned down. 4-3 Houston.
Down 6 against lefty. Man, a heck of a comeback. Danny Heap scored the winning run on a Denny Walling single. The Boogow coming through with a big clutch knock. Danny Heap, who was traded from Mike Scott.
Who was?
Danny Uriah Heap. He's also Nolan's 4,000 or something like that.
Yes. Reniel Pinto, 3-1 with a 2.42 ERA, will face the pinch hitter Jason Michaels, batting for Jeff Fulcino.
Fulcino showing unbelievably quick feet on that pickoff of Bonifacio, and the Astros hang on to this one-run lead, see if they can extend it now against the big lefty.
He pitched twice effectively in Florida last week against the Astros, a total of 2 hitless innings with a walk and a strikeout. Jason Michaels is the pinch hitter. Michael Bourne on deck, and he hits one in the air to left field, backing up Coghlan. Coghlan leaping at the wall. It's off the wall. Kicks back toward the infield. Michaels has a pinch double. That's his 9th pinch hit of the year. Double number 11 for J-Mike.
First man off the bench tonight for the Astros. A successful swing of the bat. Coghlan, an infielder, converted to the outfield. Has played well out there for the Marlins. He drifted a little bit after this ball, but that's a tough chance. I mentioned a couple innings back that it was likely the Astros would have to score again to win this game. This is a golden opportunity to add that lead a little bit. Michael will be looking to drop one down here to advance Jason.
15 of Michael's 25 hits have been for extra bases. Bourne showing bunt, takes ball 1. He has 2 hits and 3 at-bats. Sammy Hervasio is in line to be the winning pitcher according to the official score as of right now, but the Astros would love to pile on here with some more runs.
Boy, they're really coming hard after this bunt. Thinking about nailing Jason there at third base.
Doing everything he can to get that secondary lead.
In 2-0, so you know a lot of times on 2-0 in a situation like this, the pitcher will take a little off just to get it in the strike zone. Be tempted here to let Michael swing away, show bunt early, get those infielders moving, and if Uggla commits to covering first as soon as he has been in the first 2 pitches, he's going to have a huge hole on the right side.
Strike. Kiko Calero warming up in the bullpen for the Fish. Pinto was on the disabled list earlier this year. Shoulder. Troy Hawkins warming up for Houston right now. Pinto's pitched well since he came back from that DL. Flowed in very tight on Bourne. He bunts it foul third base side. 2-2 to Michael now.
And interesting what the Marlins are doing here. They got Grote coming very hard. Typically, you're going to have the pitcher covering towards the third base side. You want the third baseman to read it, and if at all possible, to stay home for a potential force play there. Not a force play, but a tag play at third. And as that pitch was being delivered, Hanley Ramirez sprinted to second base for a possible pickoff throw, had Michael bunted through the pitch. So they're leaving all kinds of holes open in the infield, trying to nail Jason Michaels.
Swinging, and he fouled it. Still 2-2. And Baker goes out to talk. Bourne 390 with men in scoring position among the league leaders. And he's 3rd in the league right now.
Kind of ironic, all the bunts Michael's gotten down this year, the base hit bunts. He couldn't get it down this time, but still a chance to have a productive AB here. If not get him in, at least get him over.
Foul ball.
Little Bee Gees right there, Brownie.
Yeah.
Staying alive.
Well, it was. He hit just a tiny piece of it. Well, you know, a guy feels bad when he can't get the bunt down. Now, as you said, at least trying to get contact to get that runner to third, if not get a hit. And he fouls it away.
Which means widen out the stance a little bit. Try to quiet the body down. Just trust the hands. You're not trying to get the ball out of the ballpark. Pinto
has a career ERA of 0 against the Astros. Bourne with a pop fly, foul, sends it into the seats. Doing a good job of making Pinto work. He's trying to shorten everything with 2 strikes and make contact. Michael this year has hung in very well against left-handed pitching. Batting average .274 against the southpaws. Fly ball to left. Michaels heads for third, and it is off the wall. Michaels will score. 5-3 Astros. Here's Michael Bourne into third, and he's safe. Coughlin is down. He went into that wall hard in left field. Cody Ross came over to play it. Ball hit very hard and a long way with 2 strikes by Michael Bourne.
Win or lose, we've got our player of the game. This guy is having a remarkable night. Up there to bunt, couldn't get that done. How about an RBI triple instead? And again, Coughlin drifting after this ball, twisting and turning, never in position to make the play. Ultimately smacks into the scoreboard out there. And now watch him fly.
That's 11 triples for Michael Bourne. His 8th 3-hit game of the year. He's the first Astro since Steve Finley in '93 to have as many as 10 triples. Didn't have to hit it very far. Coughlin really gave it a game effort. Smacked into that wall. That's RBI number 30 for Michael. And it's Jeff Keppinger with the infield in and nobody out. Runner at third. Keppinger's 0 for 3, reaching on an error and scoring a run.
And then infield has to come all the way in here out of respect for Michael's speed. Lance Berkman on deck. So my hunch is, the message from Michael down there, hey, let's just read this one off the bat, make sure it gets through, don't be too aggressive, there's nobody out.
That'll do it. Broken bat single to center. It's 6-3. Keppinger with the RBI is 20th. And scores for the second time.
It's a pretty good matchup for the Astros there. Keppinger against a lefty with the infield pulled in. And so good at just shooting that ball over the infield. Looking for a pitch up, trying to hit the ball in the air.
Double, triple, single for the Astros in the inning. Now it's Lance Berkman.
Sounds like a call to me.
Lance has a double and a single to go with an intentional walk. He's had those good right-handed at-bats in the first and third innings against West. RBI double and a single. A couple of line drives to left field. Ground ball. Ramirez to second. And Ugla turns to first. Low throw again, and that's twice. Gloat has saved Ugla throwing errors on low throws tonight. That's 3 double plays in the game. The Astros have now grounded into 115 double plays this year.
They're the best at doing that.
Yeah.
Ugla, realizing he had a lot of time, just cut that throw off.
Carlos Lee, the batter, he's 1 for 3. Bourne's now hitting .398 with men in scoring position. The Astros have reached double figures with 10 hits themselves, each club with 10. And his ball 1 to Carlos. With Colorado and San Francisco having won, Florida's in danger of dropping a game further behind both those teams in the wild card race. 2-0. Two and one. Talking about batting practice earlier, and Sean Berry said it's fine for Carlos Lee to swing for home runs as he does during batting practice. because he really won't do that during the game if he's in a situation with a runner at second and 2 outs. He makes that adjustment. But a lot of hitters just try to get their timing, try to get their hands going in batting practice. They don't really try to hit the ball for distance. Backhanded, Cantu going low, and Ross Glow has saved so many errors in this game. But the Astros are able to find some holes. They come up with 2 runs on 3 hits. They stretch their lead to 6-1. Game. And we've seen great plays as well. Jeff Fulcino with 2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Now that turns it over to LaTroy Hawkins for the 8th inning for Florida.
It hasn't been the cleanest game, but it's been an entertaining game, and those folks up dancing, celebrating the fact that the home team has a 3-run lead here with a couple innings to go. Troy Hawkins works the 8th. Valverde will no doubt have the 9th. Marlins at the top of their batting order. That has been a challenge tonight. Here's LaTroy, 48th time, 1-4. He's got 10 saves and a 2.17 earned run average.
Pitched on Sunday at Milwaukee in the Astros 8-5 win. He worked a hitless 8th inning with a 2-run lead. Bounces that one, and it's ball 1. Coughlin was at the dish when Bonifacio was picked off to end the 7th inning. Coughlin's been on all 4 times in this game. Hawkins, since he came off the disabled list, has made 3 scoreless appearances. One of those coming in Florida last Wednesday night with a hitless inning in the Astros 14-6 win. That one goes foul and out of play. 1-1.
Coughlin taking a shot at the Crawford boxes himself. Getting abused by the wall out there a couple times. You think, well, let's see if I can hit a 320-foot fly ball and get a home run out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a rough physical confrontation for him with that wall. That was a great at bat by Bourne. Line to third. Capenjuice there. Coughlin makes an out on a line drive. That's the way the Marlins have been stinging the ball for a long time now.
He's got a real nice approach. Lets the ball get deep, and he looks to me like he's looking to hit it the other way. But you've also seen him turn on some pitches. Ross Glow had the RBI double in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3. Was hit by a pitch.
Jeff Neiman and Tampa Bay beat Baltimore 3-1. Neiman going to 11-5. Ball on the globe.
Is he a rookie?
I think he's classified as a rookie, yeah. J.P. Howell got his 14th save. Benjamin Zobrist hit home run number 20. B.J. Upton number 9. And Pat Burrell number 12 for the winning Rays. Line, and Berkman stretches for it, rolls over. It's a foul ball. Good effort by Lance. 1-1. He swallowed his seeds, maybe.
Good thing he doesn't chew tobacco out there.
Yeah.
You can live with a couple seeds, just swallow a big plug of tobacco and lights out.
He got his necklace twisted there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ramirez on deck. It's whacked to left field. Carlos back, leaping. 2 down. A lot of balls hit hard that way tonight.
Well, it's a great approach. Globe put a good swing on it, and earlier in the game, that base hit fell in front of Carlos. We talked about how deep he plays. This time it pays off for him. They didn't have far to go, whereas Coughlin got caught drifting after balls out there. Carlos just a couple of paces and a jump. Puts it away.
That's 2 down now for Hawkins, and it's Ramirez coming up. He's 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. His 13-game hitting streak on the line. To tie his longest of 14 as a major leaguer. Strike to Hanley Ramirez. Hawkins in 9 career games against the Marlins is 1-0 with an ERA of 2. Takes that pitch for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is Ramirez's 23rd ball game against the Astros. Only once have they held him hitless prior to tonight.
Wow. .439 career average against Houston coming into this game for Hanley. It's 2-1. He's batted 3rd this year, had been a leadoff man prior to this season, and the move has looked like one that was born of genius and of a lot of common sense at the same time, because he has produced many more runs. But sometimes when you move a player, he doesn't do what you think he might do, even though he has been hitting well in some other spot in the lineup. Worked out wonderfully for the Fish. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He could win a batting title and drive in 100 at the same time.
His speed was valuable at the top of the order, but he's such a high average hitter, and it gets a lot of extra base hits, so you'd love to have that run production, and you could lose that in the leadoff spot, and that's why it was silly for the Cubs to have Soriano hitting leadoff for so long, other than their desire to make him happy, and that matters.
There's his hit. 14-game hitting streak for Hanley Ramirez. Ties his career high.
Almost held him down for the 2nd time.
Yeah. Got 2 strikes on him. 2 outs in the 8th. Ramirez will take that 14-game streak to tomorrow night against Wandy Rodriguez. Jorge Cantu got an RBI single in the 1st inning. He is 1 for 3 with a walk. It's 11 hits now for the Fish. They've left a dozen men on base. Hawkins with ball 1. For the Astros in the bullpen tonight, it's been Burdack, Hervasio, Fulcino, and Hawkins. Sammy Hervasio's first major league win on the line tonight. It's 2-0. in the 8th inning with the cleanup man batting. If Hawkins is able to get Cantu, then it would be Baker, Ugla, and Ross due up in the 9th. Fly ball left field. Carlos Lee back. Jumping at the wall and making the catch. There have been a lot of catches near that wall tonight. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. Middle of the 8th inning. El Caballo pulls it down. 6-3 Astros. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Lots of good video tonight. Now the bottom of the 8th inning brings Kiko Calero out of the bullpen for Florida with a 2-1 record and a 1.90 ERA.
Man, we talked about the Marlins being a little bit suspect at the back end of the bullpen, but the guys in the middle and setup roles pitching very well. Sanchez, you saw his numbers when he was in there, are outstanding. Pinto's been good. Kiko Calero's been very good. He's on for the 51st time, and he's got an ERA of 1.90. Throw a lot of sliders at you.
Miguel Tejada getting ready to face some of those pitches. He's 1 for 3, an RBI double his first time up. That snapped an 0 for 19 for Miggy. He sees a slider, and it's ball 1. Reniel Pinto in 1 inning allowed 3 hits, 2 runs with no walks, no strikeouts. Brian O'Nora wants that Rosenbag move at the request of Miguel Tejada. It's in his line of sight. Jose Valverde warming up for Houston. Pence and Matsui to follow Tejada in the Houston 8. Valero catches the edge, and it's 1-1 for the 34-year-old veteran, formerly with the Cardinals and then with Oakland. This is his first year with Florida.
Good life on that heater.
Yes.
The Mark Mulder deal, right?
Yeah.
He and Dan Herron went to Oakland. Well, they're coming to the Cardinals. Mulder's still trying to work his way back.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to pitch this year or not.
Doesn't look good. Slider goes for ball 2. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Miggy. 11 hits for the Marlins, 10 for the Astros. Florida has stranded 13. Houston has left 4. Baker, Ugla, and Ross due up in the Florida 9th inning. It's 3-2 to Miggy. Minnesota 5, Texas 4, top of the 8th at Texas. Rangers blew a 5-run lead last night and lost to the Twins.
Pudge is 3 for 3.
Is he?
Yep.
Good for him.
Double and an RBI.
He's got to be pumped. Back with his old club in a tight wild card race. Bounce of a shortstop to Hopper Hanley. 1 out for Calero. Back for number 7 again. For number 77 here. Hunter Pence is 0 for 2 with a walk and a steal tonight. Kevin Millwood started tonight, giving up 5 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings. Scott Baker, the starter for the Twins, also lasting short of the 6, 5 1/3 for him. Well, Joe Mauer, to this point, has done what few players have done. 380 batting average, with 20 homers this deep into the season. There's ball 1.
Well, when we saw the Twins, he was still over 400, right?
Yeah. He's in the company of people like Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig this deep into the season to hit without a high average with those homers. Line drive centered us. Line drive single to center by Hunter. And he's on with his first hit of the night. Don't forget Astros Live, presented by MD Anderson Cancer Center. It's coming up right after the ball game tonight.
Mauer has those same attributes as a hitter that Albert Pujols has. The plate discipline, the strength, the real quiet approach, and just tremendous balance.
Kazuo Matsui's 0 for 3 in this game. 11 hits now for the Astros. Matsui is the only member of the starting 8 not to have a hit.
It's all right. He's the only member of the starting 8 in the Meki Kai.
That's true also. Ball 1.
Golden Players Club.
His interpreter, Yoshi, is going to check on those colored blazers. He got a blue colored blazer. But his former manager with the Cebu Lions was wearing a cream colored blazer.
Maybe they have different colors.
Yeah, he's going to check on that for us.
Maybe the idea is you just get a blazer. And what's on sale or something.
Maybe that's it. Blazer of the month. Quintero's on deck. Hunter edging off first. Mansu in tight at third base, creeping in a little bit more now.
Step out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Does call time.
You know, and this Golden Players Club, we're having some fun with that Kazuo is now a member of because of his 2,000 hits combined, United States and Japan. It was started in 78, I think, and it's a friendship club, and it's a social club, and they do a lot of charitable work as well. Kind of a neat idea. So it's very accomplished players, but there's more to it than just an honorary membership.
Well, I was asking Yoshi there, the interpreter, about that. What goes along with this club? He said he would have to find out. Of course, I said, do they have meetings? Are there functions? He said, well, I'm not sure. I'll have to find out.
Secret handshake?
Don't know about that.
No, the Major League Baseball players, alumni. There's an association of alumni that does a lot of good work and charity golf tournaments and clinics for kids. And it's not membership is open to anybody who played. You don't have to achieve certain numbers.
Hunter takes off. That's foul.
In fact, in the most recent newsletter, there was a bit in there about some of the fundraising they've done, and LaTroy Hawkins made a tremendously generous contribution.
To one of the alumni fundraisers?
Yeah, to the. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's pretty unusual in itself, isn't it?
Well, I think active players can be members.
Okay. He's a charitable guy. Does a lot in the community.
Step out.
Yeah, Calero's taking a lot of time here.
when I joined that organization, Brownie, they fill out this little paperwork and give you your name and your wife's name and all the particulars. There was a place where you could put down your nickname. Yeah, so I put down Sultan of SWAT. So now whenever I get mailings from them now, it'll say Jim Duche, Sultan of SWAT.
That is cool. Very nice. You mean you don't have a recording hooked up to your doorbell, or you pitched a 2-hit shutout so that when anybody rings your doorbell, they hear that recording?
It was the one you told me a while
Daryl
back.
Cheney.
Yeah.
He had that when he hit a grand slam. He had the Marty Brenneman call. The Cincinnati Reds game, and hit a grand slam. Ring the doorbell, you hit a grand slam call.
How about me?
You should get that. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout, 2 outs. And now it's Quintero coming up.
Be more inclined to go with the Shays. Has been sent to the minors. Call back later.
Quintero tripped a home run in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3 in this game. That home run swing was quite a swing for him. It came on a 2-2 pitch. That ball a long way up around the Conoco pump in left center field.
Yeah, in the replay, he was really extended. He reached for it, got the head out in front, and it almost looked like a one-handed finish.
Yeah.
He really got through it, had great backspin. And best bolt I remember him hitting. I can't think of another one.
Nope. Can't think of one. Darren Erstad is on deck. Pitcher spot due up next. Valverde is getting loose for the 9th inning. As of right now, he'll enter the game with a save situation. If the Astros score any more runs, it would not be. Cardinals nothing, Dodgers nothing. Bottom of the 3rd in Los Angeles. Adam Wainwright pitching for St. Louis. There's ball 1 to Q.
Who won that one last night?
The Dodgers.
Oh, that's right. They scored a bunch earlier. Wow, boy, Calero really slowing things down here.
The definition of deliberate. Dodgers won 7-3 as Chad Billingsley got his 12th win last night. Jonathan Broxton got his 26th save. Retired Albert Pujols along the way. Cardinals 68-53. They have a 6-game lead on the Cubs, who are leading early at San Diego tonight.
Yeah, Cubbies are in dire straits here.
Yeah.
Team everybody picked to win the division. They're in a little bit of trouble.
They are.
4-0 lead early over the Padres. They're 1 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, still batting.
How about big Kyle Blanks with an inside the park homer? Hunter takes off. Throw not nearly in time to get him. He gets his 2nd steal. Michael had 2. The Astros 4 for 4 in this game, 11 for 11 against the Fish this year.
Clara holding the ball for so long, trying to upset the timing of Pence, and turns out not to matter a lick. I mean, it wasn't even close at second base.
Hunter now with 13 steals. Two balls, 2 strikes to Quintero. Matt Latos starting for San Diego, and he's getting roughed up with that Cubs 4-0 lead after 2.5 now. Goes back to Calero. Over to Glode. No runs a hit and a man left for the Astros. They lead 6-3, moving to the 9th. Edwin Masonette is in the game at second base for the Astros. We think he's in the 9 spot. We're waiting for that to be posted. And Jose Valverde comes in. Kazuo Matsui leading after an 0-for-4 night. Valverde has 16 saves and 20 opportunities.
Jose's been on a pretty nice roll of late. .161 his ERA, 14 saves and 27 appearances since coming off the DL. He's on the DL from April 27th until June 13th, that calf strain. And in pretty good shape here with a 3-run cushion.
Starting to get into a rhythm on saves, and he's gone long periods without save opportunities this season. Part of that because of the injury you talked about. John Baker's 0-for-3 with an intentional walk leading it off here in the 9th inning. Fastball is up for ball 1. LaTroy Hawkins in 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs, with no walks, no strikeouts. Valverde got save number 16 Sunday in the 8-5 win at Milwaukee. That one got a little dicey as Hunter Pence caught a deep drive by Prince Fielder on a warning track for the final out. A couple of men on base after Valverde gave up 2 hits. 2-0 to Baker. Ball works for a 2-1 count. Valverde's pitcher number 6 for Cecil Cooper tonight. The starter, Yorman Bizzardo, went 4 2/3. Each club has 11 hits. The Marlins have committed 3 errors to the Astros 1. Fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Baker. The Marlins have won 9 of their last 11, in danger of falling further behind Colorado and San Francisco, who have both won. If the Marlins lose this game, they would be 3 games behind the Rockies in the wild card race and 2 behind the Giants. Over shortstop into left center field, Carlos Lee sliding. Oh, we've seen some people making catches in this game.
Selling out El Caballo, proving he can cover that distance from a deep left field position. Got a nice break. Fully committed.
Nicely done. One out, and here's Dan Ugla. Ugla's 2 for 4 with an RBI. It's strike 1. Valverde's ERA is 1.61 in his 27 appearances since he came off the disabled list. Split finger works, and it's 0-2. If he gets a save tonight, he's 1 behind Doug Jones for 6th place in Astros history. Doug's nickname, the Mild Thing. He had 62 saves.
Talk about killing you softly.
Great changeup. He was a fun guy. 1-2. Different styles of closers. That's one thing that makes the game really interesting for a lot of people. Not everybody just comes in and throws 98.
Dennis Eckersley had a good fastball, but his game was all about control.
Sure was.
Owned that outside corner.
2-2.
And really, if you think about it, you'd like to have the power arm, but the power arm that misfires is more vulnerable to the long ball. And if you're trying to protect a 1-run lead, obviously you can't have that.
Rich Harden's pitching for the Cubs tonight with a 4-0 lead at San Diego in the top of the 4th. Valverde gets a strikeout. 2 outs. Another good split finger.
He's got that splitter that he manipulates and moves away from right-handed hitters. We're going to have to, I think we should call that a slider. Like a splitter that acts like a slider.
That's a good one. 2 down, and it's Cody Ross. He's 2 for 4. Jeremy Hermita's on deck. Strike on a split. Minnesota's batting in the top of the 9th, leading Texas 5-4. Mark Teixeira hit his 31st for the Yankees at Oakland. 3-0 Yankees, bottom of the 4th. 0-2. And the Astros have really struggled for wins. They've lost 6 of their last 7 series. They're trying to send it to a rubber game of this series tomorrow night. Wandy Rodriguez and Josh Johnson to pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Humberto Quintero has had a rugged game behind the plate tonight. He's caught 6 pitches. Who knows how many total pitches thrown tonight. 11 hits, 6 walks, a hit batter, an error. The Marlins with all those chances have stranded 13. 2-2. There has not been a 1-2-3 inning for an Astros pitcher. There were 3 batters faced by Bizzardo in the 4th, but he walked the leadoff man, got a double play ball next.
Nope. This would be the time.
Crowd has enjoyed it tonight. 30,101 to paid attendance. Standing now for Valverde. And it's outside. It's 3-2. That's that splitter, right?
Yeah, the splitter man, just a little bit off the outside edge. And we talked about Ross earlier in the ball game being a pretty aggressive hitter, but he's shown patience now to work his way back in this count.
Barely a foul ball by Cody Ross, cut it around on the end of the bat.
Guessing fastball there, I'm sure, and Jose came with another splitter, and he just got a piece.
A little hair-raising game tonight.
The dude's got the best seat in the house.
Grab on to something, youngster. Make yourself comfortable. And there's a 2-out walk. Ross is aboard for the 3rd straight time, ringing up Hermita. 7 walks for Astros pitchers.
A little too cautious there with Ross with a 3-run lead.
Hermita's got 2 of those walks. He's 0 for 2. Wes Helms is on deck.
Yeah, Wes Helms has been a very good pinch hitter over the years, and he's obviously got legit powers. You don't want to see him bat in this game.
No.
It's in that game with him right there in the on-deck circle.
Marlins have done a nice job pinch hitting this season. Oh, 2.
Got the jump on Ross, and then started a nibble. See if he can finish off Hermita here.
Workman backing up, playing deep. 1-2. Clayton Kershaw goes for the Dodgers against the Cardinals. It's 0-0 with his battle with Adam Wainwright through 3. White Sox beat Kansas City 4-2, a win for Jose Contreras. 2-2. Alberti's thrown 21 pitches.
He's a swing and miss guy. He's not a pitcher who pitches to contact. Everything he does is trying to get you swing and miss, whether it's the 97-mile-an-hour heater or that split finger pitch. But there are times where I think he's got to be a little bit more willing to get the ball put in play, and this would be one of them. The 3-run cushion.
Absolutely. Boston beat Toronto 6-1. Clay Buchholz with the win, beating Roy Halladay. He missed, and it's 3-2. And the runner goes. It's been a struggle for Jose, trying to command his fastball this year. He's not had many 1-2-3 innings.
He likes drama.
Yes.
He got drama.
He's got it. He's got Wes Helms coming up with 14 pinch hits. Tied with his teammate Ross Gload for the Major League lead with those 14 pinch hits. And Dewey Robinson heads for the mound. It's already tied for the second highest pinch hit total in club history. So Helms only 3 hits shy of matching the all-time club record for career pinch hits. Comes up here with the ability to tie it with 1 swing. He's hitting .275 with 2 homers, 25 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter, he's driven in 10.
When a pitcher is struggling with his fastball command, he's just as likely to make a mistake right over the heart of the plate as he is to miss. And that's the fear now that the tying run is at home plate. Jose's allowed 5 home runs this year in just 36 innings of work coming into this ball game.
Helms is 1 for 7 with an RBI against Houston this season. It's a ball one. He started that game last Thursday at Florida against Mike Hampton. Helms has started 27 times this year. Last year he hit .317 pinch hitting. 24 pitches so far for Valverde. 13 have been balls.
A good hitter, but a dangerous pitch. Helms had a good whack at it. Foul tip right through the heart of the plate.
Helms, a 33-year-old veteran, who began his career with the Braves. He's been with Milwaukee and the Phillies. Whoa. 1-2. Drama is right. That's what we have. And the Astros get 4 runs. They have a .737 winning percentage. They've had 6, but it's still a struggle tonight. They had the lead ever since the bottom of the first inning when they got 3, but they've been clinging to it for a while now. 13 left on by the Fish. 2 men on base now. Pops it up. It's drifting back toward the seats and out of play. Still 1-2. $15 men left on base is the Marlins high. That was against Cincinnati May 4th. They can tie that if Helms makes it out here.
Earlier in the inning, there's a lot of split finger pitches with Helms. He's been pumping that fastball up there. If you're able to make a good pitch with the splitter, it would be awfully tough for Helms to stay back. I'd be ready to hit the heater.
He hit him with a pitch to load the bases for Coghlan now. 1-2 and hit by the pitch. On the split finger, they got away. The The Marlins still have life with Coughlin, who's been on base 4 times and lined out to third, the only time he's been retired in the 8th inning.
Other than Hanley Ramirez, Coughlin may be the last guy you'd want to see in the batter's box right now for the Marlins. Doesn't have a lot of power, but he's hit 7 home runs, and with his ability to go the other way, that's the fear that he just pumps one into the Crawford boxes on you.
Coughlin with 2 singles and a triple tonight, has scored twice, he's walked. Fastball, strike 1. Well, it's turned out to be a 29-pitch outing so far for Valverde. Coughlin 3 for 10 with the bases loaded. Marlins have left the bases loaded twice tonight.
The psychology of the fan is incredible. As the inning started, everybody up, everybody clapping with every pitch, but as the drama has built, things have gotten a little tenuous. Everybody's gotten very quiet. And now with 2 strikes, they sense the wind may be coming soon.
Foul away. Coughlin stays in at 0-2. Able to get his bat to a 96-mile-per-hour heater.
He had Helm set up for a splitter. He couldn't make the pitch, so if you're Jose and Q, do you quit on that pitch and just lean on the fastball, or are you willing to go back and try another split finger pitch?
Very good question right now. The game on the line. Another foul ball, and it's hard to finish him on fastballs, so they might be forced to go with a split. That's a 97-mile-per-hour fastball.
And that's the thing. If you could just throw a little fastball that's a little sink down in the zone and get the ball put in play. He was trying to overpower him with fastballs up in the zone. That leads to a lot of foul balls. And that's where the danger comes if he gets the head out in front of one. And that's why you contemplate the split finger pitch.
Foul away again.
He's doing a nice job. He's just staying back. Where as the hitter you've got to abandon that hero game plan. You'd love to hit the game-winning or the go-ahead home run here, but you got 2 strikes on you against a guy throwing 97 miles an hour. You're just trying to extend the inning.
Ross Glode on deck. Another foul ball. Now Berkman's going to come in from first base. And Keppinger guarding the lines.
It's in there to talk to him a little bit. Lance is in there saying, look, I'm going to come in and talk to you. I'm going to convince this kid that I'm telling you to throw him a splitter. And you're going to throw him another fastball and then blow him away, and then we'll go in and have a spread. Dennis, you got some good soup in there tonight. Maybe a little chicken fried steak.
Now, seriously, would he tell him what you said about trying to get in the hitter's head?
Well, you remember the '86 playoffs when Keith Hernandez came running in and he told Jesse Orozco if he threw Kevin Bass another fastball, he's going to break his neck or something to that effect.
That's good. And he fouls it.
Oh, my.
What a job, Coughlin here. It's just been so difficult to finish off. He's struck out 60 times this season.
Hitters, when they're in protect mode, are usually a little vulnerable inside. If you can make a good pitch with an inside fastball, you feel like you should be able to tie him up.
7 pitch at bat so far. He's not leaving, but he's edging toward the aisle. And another foul ball. Keeps it going.
Wow, what a battle.
In the 7th inning, the Marlins had a caught stealing and a man picked off at first.
You got a hitter in protect mode, fouling off all these pitches. Now might be time to try one, Just go way up for the heater or try to bounce that splitter about 50 feet out in front of home plate. Fresh cue to block it.
36 pitches for Valverde. And a bouncer foul.
How many in this at bat?
9. 2-2 on Baker. Fly ball to left. Caught by Carlos leaping at the wall. 2-2 on Douglas, struck him out. Went 3-2 on Ross, walked him. 3-2 on Ramita, walked him. Hit Helms with a 1-2 pitch. Actually, Coggins, the first Marlins hitter, hasn't had a ball on him in the count so far. Swing and a miss, and Valverde gets his man.
He worked hard for that one.
He was able to elongate the final act with the bases loaded. And the Marlins leave the bases loaded for the third time tonight. They get a new high of 16 men left on base this season, and the Astros persevere to win it 6-3.